Tennis League. Bringing to you live here from Pinewood Iskandar Studios in Malaysia, we are entering round 6 of the competition. The last round before the grand finals, which means this is the very last chance for 24 of our table tennis stars to qualify themselves to the finale. Only 4 male and female players and 2 teams will make it. On the line, $2 million. My name is Jung and I'm your host for T2 APAC. All right, so ever since round 4 of T2 APAC, newly crowned World Cup champion Dmitry Ocharov has been unmoved on top, as with Europe's best, Boll and Vladimir Samsonov, while Alexander Shibaev is putting the pressure on chien-an for the top 4 spot. Moving on to the bottom half, if you look at the respective games won, you'd know that it is so competitive here at T2 APAC, as these players are only separated by the narrowest of margins. Women's leaderboard also unchanged at the top, as the 2 Chinese players are dominating this women's championship, followed by i-ching, while Feng and Bernadette Szocs are now sworn enemies. And you can check out all the action that you missed out at round 5 here at T2 APAC's YouTube and also Facebook page. Now, this is the bottom 6 that you are looking at. Moving on to the team championships, only the top 2 teams will feature in the grand finals, and all 4 will be fighting tooth and nail in this last round to make sure they are the ones who will be featuring in the grand finals. So we ended round 5 in a dramatic fashion with these 2 teams here, and now they open this penultimate round with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Team Person versus Team Maze. Team Person is led by team captain, the Swede Jürgen Persson. And also his team, Yaun, Jung, Mizutani, Bernadette Szocs, Matthias Karlsson, Suthasini, and Ju Sai-hyuk. The away side, Team Maze, led by team captain, the Dane Michael Maze, and his team, Hayata, chien-an, Yaun, Alexander Shibaev, Feng and Boll. And not forgetting our referee team today, Parika Lili and Chin Wai-fat. So today is very special, especially for not only because it's the last round before the final, but also the Japanese players here have brought their own support. The Japanese Association are here today. So can I get Jun Mizutani and Hayata to go for it and perhaps say hi to your Japanese fans? So Jun Mizutani and Hayata, they have their support here at T2 APAC. Ahead of this battle, let's speak to both team managers before this battle. Let's have Jürgen Persson join me in front, as well as Michael Maze. Let's get the home side of things first. Jürgen Persson, we know it's the last round, and the last match here in round 5 was so dramatic. So are you holding a grudge against Team Maze?
Yeah, I hope we get the revenge, yeah, because they were so lucky in the last round. So we are expecting to get that luck back today.
Well, looking back at the last round, I would say the most frustrating is perhaps Bernadette Szocs' narrow loss to Feng because of the women's standing. So your comments on the women's championship?
Yeah, it's very close. Of course, for Bern, it was a sad loss, yeah, but she showed very good fair play. So I hope she will get it back here. But we are well prepared, so we will see. And it's always special to play against Team Maze.
Absolutely. So let's get Michael Maze's side of things first. Before we talk about this fixture, your comments on some of your players that played in the World Cup, how well they did. Boll made it to the finals. Your thoughts?
No, I mean, Timo was playing fantastic at World Cup. I saw almost all his matches, and he's in very good shape. And yeah, it's just fantastic to see such an old player playing that well. So I'm very happy that he's in my team, of course.
Michael, both of you are separated. So narrow the margin is, and last time we saw how close this battle was. So today, perhaps you have any last words to team person before we start?
No, I mean, team person, and especially Jürgen Persson, he's known as to be a very lucky guy around the world. So, I mean, we have to play good, we have to prepare well, because we know that he will have the net edge balls. So I prepared my players for that, and I think we are ready, and yeah, we will go for it.
Thank you, Michael Mays. So it's Team Person versus Team Mays for the opening fixture here for round 6. Let's bring in the referee for this coin toss. Right now, it's Shi Xunyao versus Hina Hayata. Let's allow the home side to pick a color on this coin. Black or red? We go for red. So Team Person goes for red. Red indeed. Shi Xunyao to serve. Let this battle begin.
Well, thank you, Jung. Lovely introduction there to the T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League Round 6. This is the big one. This is the one that decides the finalists next month. But it's a fabulous, fabulous atmosphere here inside the T2 cavern. I have to say, there's a limited crowd, but it is a really, really heavy atmosphere of expectation. Some really, very, very impressive table tennis in prospect. 6 matches coming up on this first occasion this afternoon. We've got JJ versus Rossi later on, but on this occasion it's the top 2 who lead the teams at the moment, the Pearson and Mays, and they've really had a little bit of fun with each other, didn't they? But there is definitely a bit of serious niggle as well. They certainly want to prove that their teams can prevail, and we will see whether or not Pearson and Mays can actually make the finals next month. They are at the top at the moment. They've played 90 each. But in terms of the games won, it's Pearson over Mays by 2-14 to 2-13. So it's really going to be a big, big one with these very young teenage specialists in front of us now. Chih, Jung and Hayata. And there is Hayata, the lefty, who in fact is ranked at 14. That's the highest. And just look at her age of 16. Well, I have to say, they do get younger, they do get more talented as I watch the years go by, and certainly the fresh crop of specialists coming out of Asia. They are fantastic. Pari Kali is the Malaysian umpire for this one, and I've got with me a real pleasure, a thrill to welcome Jill Parker, who's going to accompany me for the whole tournament.
Thank you, John. Looking forward to it.
First mistake there. In terms of head-to-heads, we don't have any record of them playing each other, so this is going to be a first early statement. Hayata starts out 2 errors there, a little bit of... well, you see, they're trying to come quick into the aggressive shot there. 24 minutes is the limit of the match. First error there, and a bit of relief for Pearson.
Yes, Hayata got off to a good start there, 3-0, but just lost that point.
Aggressive backhand pays off. Good work there. We're going to be seeing a lot of aggression. There you go. It's all very fast.
It is. I mean, you notice with Chih, when she plays, she takes the ball very, very early, especially on the backhand.
Hayata with the serve 4-2. They get into the flow, and it's It's Hayata that comes up with a beautiful backhand into the corner.
Yes, that was a great angle there. She got very wide.
That's a lovely service. What a change up.
Yeah, a lot of backspin on that serve. Gets right underneath the ball, doing part. A lot of backspin.
That clock at the bottom of the screen there. That's showing the number of minutes that are left in this particular matchup. Maximum 24 minutes. Every game counts, every point counts. And again, she is mixing up the options really well there. I like the look of Hayata. Of course, she has the record of being the world junior champion, which is extraordinary.
Yeah, she won that in 2016 in Cape Town.
There's the edge there, of course. Some great film we've got here of the replays. That's lovely, into the rhythm there, and Hayata comes up with a cracking forehand down the line.
Yeah, places the ball really well round the table, mixes it up into the body wide, down the line. Good placement.
Oh, well, service must have had a little bit of extra on that. The serve is so important, Jill.
It is. That's the one time when the player is in total control of what they want to do.
Little let.
5-8.
It's an honest sport, isn't it? You see the hand raised there.
9-5.
Exciting start here, and immediately the Maze team, Hayata at the 4 here, has really been in control of this. She's been aggressive and forced the errors from the young Chih. Oh, the loop didn't work.
9-6.
That was a great aggressive play by these two players, both very young. Hayata has had the most experience at international competition.
Well, it's now, that is game point. We've only been playing for a matter of just over 4 minutes. So this is a great start for Team Maze. 6-10. Oh, beautiful. That is a cracking way to finish that one. Big statement and a huge bit of confidence in that first game.
Okay, Hayata, I thought she started really well in that game, got into a game straight away, coming in with good backhands, placement, and you saw that last point there, you know, with that forehand winner.
Certainly oozing confidence, no doubt at all. She's got certainly a little bit more reach, a bit more height, but I think the way that she started that, she was a little bit like a rabbit in the headlights. There's no doubt at all that the confidence, and that's a lot of this sport is made up from that. There's no question. Hayata is coming back to the table, 1 in the lead. Every game, very important. Okay, a little bit of variety on that. Down through the middle from Chih, forcing the error. Now let's see whether or not that will make a difference. Yep, once again, lovely. Nice over the top backhand there. Good topspin. Again, it just shows how quick they're trying to get the points finished, aren't they?
Yes, they both take the ball very, very early. That's the modern game now, to take the ball off the bounce with a lot of spin as well.
Off the top of the net, that's leveled things at 2-all. Hayata fighting hard here. They know how important it is for the team, not just as individuals. Team, it's big stuff.
Yeah, she's trying to pin Hayata into a body, and and then playing out wide, keeping her guessing where the ball's going.
Oh, great rally. The error forced by Hayata, but I tell you what, there's a huge variety in that. Some great accuracy, millimetre accuracy, you'd say.
Yeah, great combination, backhand and forehand, very fast and furious. This is a table tennis we like to see.
Certainly is. Oh, well, just that return of serve was not great. It allowed Chih to get that ball into the corner and put the pressure on immediately. Good third shot. And coming up now, a really good score. Unforced errors, 8-all you saw there.
2-6.
And this is Hayata having to face up to a really, really impressive second game here from Chih.
Oh, good service there by Hayata. You see she put a lot of side spin on that, threw the ball up high.
Oh, yes. Would that be a cork spin by any chance, that one?
Oh, it's a change of spin all the time, keeping the opponent guessing, but there was a lot of side spin, back spin on that service. Sometimes it's difficult to see on TV.
Oh, this is a good fight back. 3 points in a row there by Hayata. And she now has another kind of pressure. We're going to get a timeout, and I'm not surprised.
1 minute.
Yeah, Pearson has called that, and you can understand it because it's so important. There's only 24 minutes in the match, so every single point is so important, and the confidence is now building back with Hayata being very, very strong here. But there was some great serving, wasn't that, during that particular area?
Yes, there's great variation of serve there. You can see on the slow-mo how she comes round the ball, and that imparts a side spin. And the server's got to be doing something different all the time to keep their opponent guessing what spin is on the ball.
6-5.
But as I said earlier, you know, the server, that's their advantage. They can think of what they're going to serve and what the third ball is going to be.
Pressure builds again. It's 6-5 though with Chih. You mentioned to me before the match you'll see quite a lot of balls going up there because they're trying to take it early. Is that right?
Yes, they call it a top edge when it hits the top of the bat, and because in margin for error they're taking it so early. That's when they if it just slightly out, then that's when it touches the top of the bat. We call it top edge.
A little release there for Chih, but again, Hayata will not go away, that's for sure. She's got the service again. She was very, very successful the last time out. Another variation. She hasn't served one service the same way.
You can see the side spin on that. She came round the ball.
And it had depth as well, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, she put that fast one in, keep her opponent guessing. Don't always do short serves.
Change of backhand to forehand. It didn't work out this time for Hayata. Chih into the body, concentrating on the body shots there. 8-7. You can look at the clock at 14 minutes. If we get 3.5, 4 matches, 4 games in, we'll do well. There's a miss there, levels up at 8-all. Difficult to pick a winner right here. They're both well matched. Hayata looks just a little bit more in control, especially from the serve. Oh, yeah, a little lucky there. Takes the lead, but hey, luck is all. Leveled out eventually, you might say, but you've got to certainly be there and pressing. Keep the pressure on. Try to make your own luck. Great defense. That was a brilliant piece of defending.
No, she played well there. Got in with a very strong, spinny backhand.
From what we've seen so far, would you say backhand was her strongest flank at the moment?
I would say equally forehand and backhand, but if she plays to a backhand more, then she plays it more.
It's game point at the moment. Hayata has got a 10-8. It's 8-10 with the serve. Oh, there's a good reply. 9-10. We're not out of the woods yet. There's no juice in this particular format. And that one just went away with the spin. 9-10, still game point Hayata. And another great forehand, levels up at 10-all, and that means that she has now got a chance to level up the game. Very little time left on the clock here at just 12 minutes now. Fascinating format, I have to say. Puts real pressure on speed. It's game point. Either way, it's going to happen right now. Oh! And there is the game to Hayata, and it was the serve that did the damage, Jill.
It certainly did. She's serving really well and making the most of these opportunities.
I'm really impressed with that Hayata service. There's a lot of variety. There's no way she can actually get used to it at the moment. She's not played her, so it's very difficult to pick her. But Mays must be very happy. He's 2-love up. Every game, every moment really counts for the team. And Mays in second place overall at the moment will be very happy with that. In fact, with those 2 games, they take the lead.
Well, see what happens in this game now.
It really is a fascinating format. We've got the youngsters here having a ball. They're very lucky to be invited. Let me tell you, it is a kind of private club cavern here. And I'd say the atmosphere is very intense. She will serve. Yaun.
Love 1.
Struggling for consistency here. Hayata is bouncing around with huge confidence. Fantastic backhand. And with the serve to come, that's a big statement, Jill.
Yes, she played that really well. She got right over the ball because there's a lot of spin on that, but blocked it down the line for that winner.
Well, that would have been something special if she carried that one through as well. But again, always looking for the opening, always looking for the aggressive stroke. 2-1. And another one that's evaded her, that backhand this time misplaced, but a little bit of extra speed and pace from Chih forced the error. 2-all. No one has won on a service yet in this game.
It's funny how it goes topsy-turvy like that. Because Hayata's done really well in the first 2 games on service.
Okay, at last. Leveled up at 3-all. But this is a fascinating battle. You can see there on the left, Mays at 2-love, and that has taken the lead in the overall matches. Games played now would have been 416 games in this whole 7-month tournament. It's a really exciting formula.
3-4.
That's unusual. An unforced error there by Hayata. Service error.
Red. 3-4.
Oh my goodness. Did you see the side spin on that?
Yeah, that kicked right off the table.
Gee whiz, our cameraman picked it up as well, but I tell you, that was fabulous. And of course, she was so keen to get on the attack.
Please, player,
swung it and almost had an aerial shot. It's 4-all. Yeah, nice variety, good attack variation there. Speed of contact as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, they take the ball very, very early. See Hayata running around with a backhand side on the forehand. We call this banana flick now. It's a new stroke that's come over the last few years. Whereas before, you didn't used to play your backhand from your forehand side. You do now in the modern game.
It's interesting because she had to make a winner with that, otherwise it would have come back onto an open table. But anyway, it means she's got 3 points to make up here. 4-7.
7-5.
Good serve there by Hayata. She kept it right second bounce on the white line, so she wasn't able to step in and play a forehand. It was a very tentative stroke.
Oh yeah, into the body and then forcing out wide, and she wasn't up to it, so Hayata under a bit of pressure here. Some good footwork there to get into that position, Jill.
Yes, excellent footwork. Very quick movement around the table by both players.
Balance is everything in this sport. And there is an unbalanced Hayata. We've been giving her praise, and now with just less than 8 minutes left, she's dropped back to 5-9. She's got the service and could make up the 2 right here. Once it gets into the rally, Hayata normally plays a little better than that. She missed it. So it's game points, loads of them to Chih. And that's it. She's taken the first game. Chih for person, team person. They were celebrating that. Jung, I'm sure, will be very, very happy. Obviously, he is of huge experience. Had the great pleasure with working with Jung. He's a fantastic guy. Michael, there he is. Well, he is as extravagant as he looks on TV right there. The tats and the beard. That tells the story, doesn't it?
It does, and he's got the ripped jeans to go with him as well.
He certainly adds a lot of colour to this event, and he has all his life to the whole table tennis scene. It's a fabulous privilege to be here and witness these great players, the new players on the block coming up. Hayata and Yaun competing here with 2-1 Hayata in serve. Yeah, didn't have to do much there, just maybe a little bit of extra speed and pace on the ball there, but certainly she's ripping into those forehand topspin drives. Love one. And now...
That was clever play there by Chih. She put a slow ball in just to change the pace of the rallies.
We've got loads of cameras around this cavern. I tell you, they're picking up all the action. It's great.
3-long.
It's fight back time, and team person a bit more optimistic right now, let me tell you. See, that was a really bad response to the serve, wasn't it? Hayata much too high over the net. There she comes. She doesn't need a second invitation there. It's kill time. We do have a kill zone. I'll tell you about that in a while.
Love 4.
We're getting down to the time when we might be interested in that kill zone. It could be a 3-2 scenario here. 4 love at the moment, or love 4 with Hayata in serve. And there at love 5. And this is a real turnabout in fortunes. How do you explain it, Joe?
I think she has got used to playing Hayata. I don't think they've played together against each other before, and I think it's taken her a couple of games, but I think she's changed the tactics and stepped up a gear.
Certainly paying off at the moment at 6 love. Hayata's used her timeout.
She's played a lot of balls into the body of Hayata and then switched, and I think that's been the difference.
That ball held off, but the great thing there is Hayata is a bit anxious, so she was so keen to get onto that with the backhand flick. She missed it. 7-love. Wow, what a change. And another one. She's too anxious. Okay, we're in the format where it's limited time, but you've got to develop a point, haven't you?
Yes, well, I would think being 8-love down now, she'll want to finish this game quickly so she can go into the next game. And then if she's winning that game, those points, then she actually wins that game. So it's sort of different tactics to play here.
Well, she's on the board, which I guess is one thing that she'll be relieved at. But there's another one for 9-1 now. Chih Junhao will have the serve and can take the game in 2 points from now. She's missed that one though. She was in great shape to take it down the line, but let's have a look what happened here. Oh, she went a little bit too bold. And that's 10, 2-10. It will be just a quick towel down time, but 3 minutes left. We've got a game point here. It will finish at 24 minutes, so whatever happens here, we're going to play a 5th, that's for sure. And that's it. It is 11-2 in favour of Chih Junhao. And it is a turnaround, and as you so rightly say, they've not played each other before, so maybe it took just a little time for Junhao to get used to that service in particular of Hayata.
Yes, that's right, and I think we've got a short, just over 2 minutes now to play. So if Hayata wins the first couple of points and is ahead, she then wins that game.
So it doesn't have to go to 11 here. The kill zone is not in operation because we're over 2 minutes left. So we'll go to as many as we can make here. And it's Chih who will have the first serve at 2-all. Okay, good backhand, solid. Every point counting, every game counting. It's now reversed, so Team Pearson are back in the lead by 1 game. Good stuff. Exciting.
Yes, I mean, Hayata knows she's got to step in and get in with her forehand.
She was making errors in the last game and the one before that, but now in the big 5th, she has now got her mojo back, you might say.
Yes, it's surprising with this format how things change.
That's a big start though. That's 3, and with another serve here, it will be huge lead. Oh, missed that backhand. But good dogged defense, you have to say, from Chih Junhao to just stay in this one. There's still time. It's getting pretty exciting. Look at that, 1 minute on the clock. 1-3.
She's got nothing to you know, she knows she's got to go for it. She's down. There's only 56 seconds left.
Well, yeah, there is the timeout called. In fact, I said earlier that it was Pearson who had called the timeout. It wasn't, it was Mays before. So Pearson can call it right now, which means that their strategy right now will play an absolutely vital part. We've got our ultra cam. Look at the spin on that. I've been told that was a fly that went off the edge. But you can see where it lands on the racket itself, on the bat itself. It's all over the place. It's just very, very interesting. It's never in the meat of the center, that's for sure. Right, here we go. This is big. 2-3, every point vital. And that's a big one for Hayata. 4-2. Of course, with that serve,
4-2.
the serve now, the infamous Hayata serve that has been causing a lot of problems throughout the tournament. Let's see. Oh, what a shot that was. What a block. How do you play a block like that? Unbelievable.
Well, she came round the ball from the forehand side. Very unorthodox shot, but it was got a great angle with it, with a side spin on.
Unbelievable. and then goes for a more conventional backhand block with a little bit of topspin as well, forcing the error. 2-6, 6-5, 4-3. You counted as well. 2-1. We stop right there, and it's Hayata who started so well the first 2 games. Absolutely brilliant. And once again, Hayata and Mays, Team Mays, have won that one 6-3 in the 5th, and that means it's 3-2 in favour of Hayata. And believe it or not, that levels up the tournament situation on the team. Pearson and Mays have exactly the same number of games won. Unbelievable. Mays 216, Pearson 216 over the 5-month competition so far. I enjoyed that one, Jill.
No, that was a great match to start this round. And on the points won on service, Chih got 55% as opposed to 47 with Hayata. So it's unusual.
That is a surprise, considering we were really, really praising Hayata's service. Right, well, we've just got the replays in action. Join us again in a while for the second.
Game and match.
Let's go back to
It seems
Jung
that the
Yaun.
Japanese supporters' moral support really gave Hina Hayata that extra push she needed to win this opening match of this fixture. Alongside me, team captain Michael Mays. She performed exceptionally well compared to the last round.
Yeah, I mean, she played incredible good this match. I mean, she was in the hall since 8 o'clock in the morning practicing and preparing for this match, and she did very well, and yeah, she's fantastic.
The 2 games that she lost, what happened there, and what, in your opinion, what went wrong?
I think in the 3rd set she lost. I mean, she made 3 service mistakes, and to 11 points, this is quite expensive, and she got a little bit passive. I think she was hoping a little bit for the opponent to make some easy mistakes, and she didn't do that. So yeah, happy for us. She was very aggressive in the last set and got a good start.
Definitely. So courtesy of Hina Hayata, Team Mays is now in the lead. Coming up next, 2 male players go head-to-head, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to T2 APAC, Team Person versus Team Maze. It's Jun Mizutani versus chien-an. How is it going to go down? Is the Japanese player going to emerge victorious, or chien-an further his dominance in the top four? Let's find out right now. Chien-an, please pick the color on this coin. Black for chien-an. It's red, so Jun Mizutani to serve. Let's begin.
Second matchup, and I have to say, this is a mouth-watering prospect because Jun Mizutani, one of my favorite players since I watched him come on the scene from a very young age, is really, really impressive. But I tell you what, chien-an as well has got some fabulous skills, and it really will be a dogfight this time round. Mizutani on the left of the screen. We are in round 6, we're day 19, we're match 182. It's been never ending, but it will soon because we're coming up to this is the penultimate event, so we're trying to check out for the finals, which will be next month. I hope you can join us for that. Now, I've got with me Jill Parker, who's going to be telling us there are head-to-heads here that you've got some news about, Jill.
Yes, these two players have played each other in round 3, and this time Jun Mizutani won 3-2.
So that's great news that we've got a potential very, very close battle. Jun has got a very big mental strength, let me tell you. They're both lefties, of course, which is going to make life very interesting. Chien-an, he got a highest rank of 17, back at 35 at the moment, and at the tender age of 26, he's been around the block a few times, I tell you. But lefties to lefties, what do you reckon?
Well, there are quite a few in the table tennis scene, but you normally see right-handed players, so that the spin is going away the other side. So, yeah, it can be very interesting, but two lefties, very unusual to see.
I'll tell you a story about left-handedness in a minute. Oh, Mizutani was defeated by the top of the net there. It came over and he couldn't react. It was deflected. 1-all. I can tell you one thing, they're not going to be hanging around. They are very aware of the 24-minute limit. And they will be attacking every opportunity. And that's a good attacking service. Great work.
Yeah, a lot of backspin on that.
You know, in practice, you'll get that shot 20 times out of 21. 1-3. Yay! Now that was clever. A little bit of dummy reaction there.
Yeah, just cocked his wrist at the last minute just to play that down the line.
Aha! Angle, mangle. Ho ho! You beauty. He leaned away from this. Watch this backhand. Beauty.
Yes, that's a problem when you use your forehand from your backhand side and it leaves the table open.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. Just got a bit too excited. There wasn't any great movement. He just tried to play it too strongly. Okay, it's even Stevens, isn't it? 4-all. Mizutani back with the serve again. Pearson getting pretty excited here. They're all tied up at 216 games won. So Maze and Pearson fighting for the top 2 spots. And of course, in the team event, it's only the top 2 that go through to the final next month. Uh-oh.
5-all.
Yeah, another touch the net, but he did acknowledge his good fortune.
You've seen that forehand used to fabulous advantage, and just look at that. Beautiful split legs, got in great shape, good balance, fabulous dispatch. Look at this. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, we like that. Stretch back from the table a little bit and give us some real fireworks.
Yeah, great topspin to topspin rally there. They're both trying to get in with this heavy topspin. It's a great angle played all round the table. Very wide angles as well.
It goes without saying, it's very quick reaction time, so important. But you've also got to be consistent with your options. You cannot just be wild. It's got to be controlled. 8-5 Mizutani, starting well here. And misses that lob.
6-8.
You'll find that when I praise anybody, they do the opposite the following point. You know,
That always happens,
it
doesn't it?
does. Commentators curse. Yeah. Took the back edge there, but this is good fighting spirit from Chun.
I think that one just nipped the edge of the table, just kicked off.
Oh,
9-7.
gee whiz. He was smiling before that had actually hit the table. I tell you, look at that. Yes, he knew it. Beauty. 9-7. We love it.
10-7.
Gee whiz.
He's won quite a few points where he's played one into the backhand and then wide out to the forehand.
He's got it, Jill. It's 11-7. Mizutani in no time at all. Just over 4 minutes, and Pearson must be absolutely over them. Look at him smiling at him. He's saying, come on, you are risking it, but by golly, it's paying off. Well done. 11-7. It's a brilliant first game from Jun Mizutani of Japan. Right, Jill Parker is with me. Former England player, champion of Europe at one stage, I've no doubt. And back in the day, let's leave it at that, shall we? But it's a great privilege having you here. It's changed a bit, the game, since your day, Jill, hasn't it?
It certainly has. It's they take the ball a lot earlier now, and they spin it both backhand and forehand. And that's both the men and the women, so it's great table tennis to watch.
Of course, as the England national coach for many years, you would have seen that progress building into the overall game at the highest level as well. It really is an exciting sport to watch. It was exciting in your day, but I dare say it's even more impressive right now.
Yes, it has progressed more. It's very fast and furious. Take the ball early, a lot of spin. The only unfortunate thing is we have lost defenders. There aren't as many defenders now that used to be. Good
point. Well, we won't be developing defenders in this kind of scenario either, will we? I mean, 24 minutes, you can't afford to be chopping for your life. I know the likes of Matthew Side would be shivering with horror at that, because he was a great defender in his day. But there's still some around. The Koreans defending well, don't they?
Yes, we have got one defender in the T2 team, so we'll be seeing some defensive play, which is always good to watch.
Right, let's concentrate on this second game here. The minute Mizutani with 4-2. He's also got the service. Let's see if we can spot a variety between his first and second serve here. Sure. Successful at 5-2. I've always loved the way he plays. He's got such uncompromising position behind the table. Such a long way back, often still in there, but that's a good, I've got a feeling that might have touched the net as it went. But a good fight here, 3-5, Chun still in this.
Yeah, that's fast attacking play there. Mizutani likes to play on the backhand, and then Chien runs around with his forehand and he gets out position sometimes.
Oh, that was a good lean, change of angle. It is so fast and it is so brilliantly placed. 6-4. Oh, well, you'd have expected him to get that. The previous shot was harder than that. Just on the top of the bat there, and that was more in the center and a little bit too much pace. Nice. Oh,
Nice play there into the body, then one wide out to the forehand. Jung just leaning backwards and then didn't quite get to that one wide on his forehand. Great tactical play there by Mizutani.
5-7. Oh, Rocket Man misses the next chance though on the forehand. Consistency is everything in this sport. Taking the right option is one thing, but then delivering. Oh, that's what I meant. Straight towards us.
That was a great backhand receive there. Just popped up slightly, but he took the advantage.
There's flicks and there are flicks. And that was stunning. And another one. Good change. It's 9-6, and Pearson really, really putting a lot of faith in this singles player, Mizutani. 7-9. He's missed it.
It was the right one to go for. Went slightly long, and he tried to get in, but just made that error.
This is a bit tense now for Chien. He's missed that one. It's 9-all. We only go to the first to 11. And this will make a big, big difference to this leaderboard in the team competition. 216 in games each, 216 each in the whole competition. And he's missed that one. 10-9. This is a big fight back. 3 points in a row. Mistakes from Mizutani. Chien will be hoping that he can pick up this 1 point here for Mays. Oh, 10-all will go all the way. This is now all or nothing on this one single point.
Please play. 10-all.
It's the serve, a little advantage there to Chien. And that's it, it's 11-10. What a backhand into the corner. Mizutani can always be relied on to produce something, even when he's under pressure.
No, that was a great receive of serve. He went round with his backhand and played that banana flick down the line. And Jung wasn't expecting it to be placed there, but that was great play by Mizutani.
10-7 it was to Mizutani. It came back to 10-all. And then, of course, 11-10, and that's it. Closed out in this short format, of course. 24 minutes at the start of this. Mizutani has put Karlsson now to 18 games into the lead overall. Very important. No pimples on that side, that's for sure. Tell us about the pimples versus flat stuff.
Mizutani to serve.
Well, with reverse rubber, you can impart a lot of topspin, but with short pimples, you hit the ball is hit flatter, and there's not as much spin on the ball. So you get a variation. If you get a combination back player with reverse and pimples, then you get a variation of pace.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, routine stuff from Mizutani. He's so dangerous on both flanks. Love to. Did that clip the edge? Let's have a look. Oh no.
Touch.
It was touched.
Love 3.
3, that's there. Well, even the
Good eyesight,
yeah,
John.
okay.
Love 3.
Sometimes I get it right. Not very often.
Left. Love 3.
Yoy! Come on! Well, I really am so impressed by this guy. I tell you what, he comes up with some surprising shots. He shouldn't be able to do that off the high part of the body. And another one! Unbelievable for 5 love. Mizutani in the zone.
He's Certainly is. It seems to be one-way traffic at the moment. He's stepping in and playing his forehands, backhands, playing a lot more aggressive now in this game.
If you look at the time there, he could, if he pushes on,
1-5.
we could get 5 games in here. But Chien is on the board at last in this third game. He's at 1-5. There we see that fantastic set. Look at the side spin on that. Brilliant ultra cam. I think the shot was as good by the cameraman as it was by Mizutani.
1-6.
No, it's been great, that slow-mo camera. It's been excellent.
Hey, what's going on?
7-1.
He can't blame anything except anxiety here. He's looking up at the lights as if to say, what? But he's under pressure and it does funny things. We love it. We absolutely adore the way that Mizutani is playing, with freedom, with control, with guts, and just look at that for a variation.
Yeah, it's great angle there. Cocked the wrist the last moment to play that one down the line.
Missed that, but he's got so many points in the bank. 2-8, 11 minutes left. He'll be looking at least 4 here, maybe even get a 5th kill. Zone kill game. Not putting the curse on him again, am I? 3-8.
Stop left. Touch the table. No. 3-8.
Malaysian.
Sorry. 2-9.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, 2-9 is the score. We're now back in focus once again.
9-3.
Right, let's just have a look at the serving coming up. Mizutani has got the serve. It was a solid serve there from Chien originally, but let's have a look at this. Tucks it in. Ha! It was a nothing shot there from Chien. 10-3. It's game point for the third game here, Mizutani. Done it! 11-3. Mizutani is in explosive mood. Wow! Halloween night award. I tell you what, he's wearing the ugly mask. Absolutely sensational, Jill.
That was, I mean, he seemed to be on fire. You know, everything he went for there came off. You know, very early he takes it with his forehand. A lot of power, a lot of spin.
Well, this is interesting because we've still got enough time here. If Mizutani pushes on, he's really got an opportunity to take a 5th, which would be sensational. Okay, great retrieving there from chien-an. Oh, I tell you what, that is brilliant form. 9 minutes left and counting. If he takes 7 or 8 minutes on this, we could be in a kill zone. Oh, what about that footwork? And it's just sheer confidence, isn't it?
It is. He started off that well with a good reverse serve and then moving around the table. Very fast feet he's got, Yaun.
The first time in the 4th game, Mizutani takes the lead. And again, the faster it gets, the more Mizutani is in control. Really, really impressive.
It was interesting there when he played his backhand. He played it fast. He played a slow one and a fast one, just changing the pace.
It's more than a push, isn't it? Yeah. Done it again. Chien must be really wondering what he's got to do here to help the Maze cause. It's not good at the minute. Everything he tries, he's either overexerting himself, which means he's overplaying it, but it's certainly in Mizutani's control at the moment. There's another one. The block is no good. forget, he only recently took the lead. It was 2-1 to Chun. So that's 6 points in a row, Mizutani, and now 7 in a row for 2-8, 8-2. One-way traffic here at the T2 Cavern. It's too consistent, and he's actually stringing his opponent along. Look at that precise spin service.
Yeah, so that's that reverse serve where the back goes the opposite way.
Missed that one, but I have to say at 3-10, Mizutani still got loads of time to get into that 5th game. And there it is, it's 11-3. He's taken 4 games. And Mizutani, although he was taken in the previous meeting to 3-2, Chun has been a big disappointment in this penultimate competition here at round 6. Maze will be amazed and really struggling to get out of the maze. Pearson will certainly be delighted. This is great form. He's such a natural player, Joe.
He is. He's a pleasure to watch. He moves around the table so well, and you know, solid backhand and forehand.
Having had that dominance and control.
15 game, Jung to serve, Mizutani to serve, love ball.
For love. Mizutani. The crowd and Mr. Mays gets to their feet. The first point to Chun. Second point to Chun. Keep an eye on the clock, 5:37 to go. Yeah. The longer the rally goes, the more Mizutani comes into control. Oh, what a connect. Unbelievable. Did you ever play a shot like that in your life?
No, I was a defender. But it is interesting that Mizutani has got the biggest percentage of points won over 3 strokes.
So that knocks my point about the long rally.
No,
being in
beyond,
his favour.
beyond,
Beyond.
beyond.
Okay, into the body, it's not just the flanks, it's not just the wings that he attacks. But when he gets it into the body, it's so difficult because there is actually side movement on the ball as well. It's really impressive. 4, or love 4. Yeah, look at that. Oh dear, nonchalantly played into the corner, off the forehand. Oh.
That was a great angle he got on that flick.
Fabulous stuff. We've got the drums. Boll in the background there. Obviously one of the great players of all time. Playing for Team Maze on this occasion. But maybe he can pull some of these games back that Maze are losing at the moment. But Mizutani is really impressive. I saw him in Orenburg. I was very fortunate to be covering the team table tennis finals for the ETTU. Mizutani is part of the Orenburg Gazprom, Fakal Gazprom group. And I mean, he was sensational there as well. I'm just really enjoying seeing him play. Yeah, he's done it again. He's more consistent than everyone else. He comes up with more surprising shots. Oh, just to back me up on that occasion. Thank you very much.
Yes, so take that. And it was a great forehand down that line.
I mean, he just has everything here. He is in control. Chun really doesn't have any idea. He's trying to defend, he's trying to counterattack, but he's struggling here. 3-7. Keep an eye on the watch, on the clock. If it goes between or below 2 minutes, we could, and it finishes this game, we could have a kill zone game up here, and it's likely to be that way. Just watch it.
Mizutani's sort of plugging Chen's backhand and then plays it wide down the other side when he runs round with his forehand. Keeps the table open.
8-4.
8-4. Oi! Well, we've seen him have that fall away, lean down forehand many times before. It's a little bit of showboating maybe, but he wasn't far away. 5-8, 8-5. And that's out for 6. 6-8, 244. Okay, this is now getting very exciting. Kill or no kill, Jill? Going to be a kill zone, isn't it?
I would think so, yes,
Come on.
at 9-6.
6-9. Here we go. That's out, it's 10. It's going to be close. Wonder if he's watching the clock. Of course he is. 10-6, it's game point for 5, love. That's it, isn't it? It is! And it's 11-6. Now, come on, you need to help me out here. 2:07 finished. Does that mean they just play to
the clock is still going, you see, in when they go and talk to the coaches.
Aha! I thought they had the break.
This is only possible.
Surely it's got to be stopped, isn't it?
Doesn't matter, 5-0, 10-0.
If that's not the case,
then we'll have a kill
we'll
zone.
have this kill. Is it going to be kill? It should be kill zone,
Yeah.
according to my interpretation of the rules. 1 minute 32. Sixth game. If it goes to killer zone, it will be to 5. We are in killer. It will be to 5. The first to reach 5. That's a good start for Chun. 1:14 left on the clock, so it has to be killer.
1 love.
This is very important to the Maze cause. They won't want to be this far back. That's 2 love, love 2. Love 2, and Mizutani would not have enjoyed that. Oh, that's a brilliant shot for 1-2. 1-2, 48 seconds. Oh, he's missed that one. A big reach, but that's 2-all. And it's all to fight, all to play for right here. This could be a huge statement for Pearson. Team Pearson desperately needs some extra points here. Mizutani can deliver, but he won't like that. Chen comes up with a cracking forehand down the line off the backhand side. The forehand was too strong. 3-2.
Time out.
We've got a timeout here. You get 1 extra timeout in the killer, do we?
That's all for Boll.
If they're not playing killer, if it's not a killer play here, then it is at the end of the clock down time.
New service.
The end of the clock down time will be the final score. So whatever it says with Chun over Mizutani, it won't go to 11. We know that.
Go with backhand. This is difficult because after he.
Maze will not be happy, that's for sure. He's already lost 5 games in this particular competition. Started level, and Pearson's team is 221 games in the lead to 216. Mizutani has really got to make up here. 3-2 Chun in the box seat. And that is now 4-2, and that will certainly be a major, major statement. Big, big step forward for Maze and for Chun. 3, 2, 1. And there you go, and that is the end of the 6th game. And, well, it could prove important. Chien-an has come back from really a mauling to save the last game, so it will be 5-1 in terms of Mizutani and Team Pearson, and they are still celebrating a fabulous, fabulous match and a great performance by Jun Mizutani, Jill.
Yes, it was a solid performance by Yaun. He was playing really well, both forehand and backhand, tactically played well. I know he's a more experienced player and is ranked higher, but all credit to him, a great game.
Yes, really, really good stuff there. We have a look at the last couple of shots, and then we'll have a look at the stats as well. But, very interesting. Took the edge of the table right there. I tell you what, it doesn't matter. Forehand, backhand, Jun Mizutani is the real deal. And the higher his head goes up and he gets confident, I tell you, the more danger he is to the opponent. Really brilliant. Okay, there's the stats. A little interpretation there from you, Jill.
Well, Pearson, you know, he won the Pearson's team, won most serves.
It seems the Japanese players are dominating this fixture. This time it went to the other side. Team Pearson's Jun Mizutani 5-1 is a fantastic result. But you look disappointed. Is it because the last point you could have made it 6-love?
Yeah, I want to win 6-0, but yeah, he fought to every point. But the end, I'm happy I won 5-1.
It was such a good performance from your side. How did you manage those wins in the first five games?
Okay, today, this round, very important for our team. So I fought every point, showed good performance, and today, many fans supporting me. And yeah.
Yes, many fans supporting you. Anything you want to say to your Japanese fans, perhaps in Japanese if you want?
Yeah, I'm very glad, and I hope every time they come here and support me.
Yes, well, it seems that the Japanese fans we have here at T2 APAC really gave the extra push to all of our Japanese players here. Well done, Jun Mizutani from Team Pearson. Next is the women's battle. Don't go anywhere. Moving into Bernadette Szocs versus Young Hayun now. Looking at the video playback, you can tell that both female players had a tough time in round 5. So here at round 6, they want to redeem themselves. So let's allow Bernadette Szocs to pick the color on this coin. Black for Bernie. It's red, so Young Hyun to serve.
Well, this is going to be a real interesting battle once again, because we've got certainly the favorite will probably be Young Hyun from South Korea. She's got a better ranking, although her current ranking is only 28. Highest ranking was up to 11, whereas Bernadette Szocs, is originally from Romania, has had a fabulous outing during this whole T2 tournament. She is getting better and better, and certainly has really enjoyed this short format. What do you think, Jill?
Well, these two have played each other in round 3, and Young Hyun won 3-2 against Bernadette Szocs. And their ranking, I mean, obviously, highest rank is 54. And obviously, Young Hyun is ranked higher, but, you know, they're very closely matched, these two players. Both play very fast and quick over the table, so I'm sure we will see excellent table tennis here today in the Cavern.
So, in terms of previous performances, then obviously that's a guide with the world ranking. There's Winnie. Hello, Winnie. The
First game, Young from
the whole
base to serve.
the whole discipline of everything around here. It's a really well set up tournament. I've really enjoyed coming here and being part of it. Ha-Yun, of course, is representing a very important Maze team, and she is hoping to pull some points back and games back. There's a lovely edge into the corner. But Bernadette Szocs, she is a really effervescent girl. I think that's possibly the way to describe her. And she plays just like that, with a lot of ambition.
Yeah, she's an excellent player to watch. Very visual, you know what she's feeling on her face. Smiles and gets angry, but a great player.
Nice. A lot of top, a little bit of side as well on that forehand. Went wider. Then Bernadette realized, yeah, not much backlift there to Young Ha-Yun's game. She really plays it from a very short backlift. 3-1.
Let 3-1.
Szocs picked up that float serve then from Young. Changes the spin on her service, but Szocs saw that very easily.
Let 3-2.
Oh, that's clever. There was definitely a shape to go cross table on that occasion. She's down the line. Watch that, Bernadette certainly, she goes over, starts moving across to the forehand side and gets deceived there. 2-4. I bet you never wore as much makeup at the table as Bernadette did, Jill.
No, she does wear quite a bit of makeup and jewellery. She's got table tennis bats in her ear.
You see, if you'd done that, you would have been so much better. You'd be here today.
I don't know,
Playing
on my
T2.
crutches. On my crutches, I expect.
She's fighter. She is a real fighter. Pearson will be really pleased to see this. 4-5 in the first. Yeah, there you go. 6-4. She's been very successful with that shot from the serve back into the backhand court. The two right-handers here, of course. Yeah, that worked. I used to think that there was a Japanese girl, Uija, used to get right under the table with that kind of side serve, didn't she?
Yeah, they call it a tomahawk. There's a lot of side spin, back spin on that service. As you can see there, it kicked off.
Wow, that's a super response. She was 2 points behind at one stage, but Bernadette Szocs has got an 8-4 with Young now in service. Yeah, prepared to mix it. But Yaun does really well to keep focused. Yeah, keeps it flatter, puts pressure.
Yeah, well, she was playing backhand to backhand and then switched it into the body right at the last minute. But we want to keep changing direction.
Every game is a big profit here for Persson. Getting close here for Bernadette. She was annoyed with herself missing that one, you could tell, that little stamp. As a 3-year-old, she practiced it, I'm sure. The let is called. The let was called. Is she going to be faulted? It's going to be faulted. No.
No, I think he just gave her a warning.
Oh, right. Okay.
For not throwing the ball up high enough.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is a great start for Persson and for Bernadette. 6-10 game points. A few of them. And there's another one. She's played that 3 occasions now. Back into the backhand side. Very early. There you go. She's got her game plan and she's carried it out beautifully for the first game. 11-6 Bernadette Szocs. Persson can do nothing wrong.
No, she picked up that service well. Three occasions in that game. Jung did the same service to the same position and she lost the point. She's perhaps got to think about her service and placement in the next game.
Well, this is good stuff. Yaun has already played Bernadette earlier rounds and was the victor. 3-2, but look at this. Lovely, lovely, heavy topspin backhand there. Forces the error. Both players trying to stand at the table. They are standing like fencers, trying to outfox each other here. Look at this. Yeah, beautiful. That's a great shot. Once she gets a bit of rhythm and allows herself to just relax a little bit. I think there's a bit of tenseness in Jung at the moment.
Well, as you said, Szocs is a fighter. She'll fight no matter what the score is.
2-all. We like that. She has played that into the forehand on the backhand side so many times. That time down the line, and it was a great deception shot. 3-2. She knew she wanted that.
But although she lost the point, Persson nodded his head to say, yeah, that's the right tactic. So sometimes they don't always pay off, but you must keep going at what you think your tactic should be against the player.
Yeah. Yaun is making more errors, that's for sure. I don't know what the count is at the moment, but certainly she's finding the top of the net too many times. This time it is better. Lovely control. Good flowing forehand right there. 4-all. Little nod to herself. Quite a lot of players talk to themselves during the rallies. You see, that's the 4th time now we've seen it coming to that position, forcing the error. It's a great weapon. Oh, didn't she do well? To transfer from forehand to backhand that quickly and still come very successfully. It was brilliant.
Yeah, no, she stepped round then with the forehand as well. Got a combination of both backhand and forehand. Good play there by Szocs.
He's done it once more. Persson again, really, really with her. I can tell you, they have formed a great relationship. Maybe you can expand on that in a while, Jill.
Yes, I mean, Szocs, obviously she's used to her own coaches in Romania, but I did speak to her about how she's enjoying it, and she said she enjoyed, you know, being with Team Persson, because he's given her an insight into perhaps relaxing a little bit more when she's playing, and she told me that that's paid off in her other matches in ITTF events. A different approach.
Yeah, a different approach, but the intensity is still there. You can tell. You can be relaxed, and I think it's what we've got here is Yang being tense. If she relaxed a little bit, she could let her shots flow. But it is that that ability to find the balance between your own, obviously, talent and trying to put things that you do in practice off to perfection. Missed that one, but I tell you, it's a really, really interesting dynamic that they found, Pearson and Szocs.
Yes, I think it's important. You know, my philosophy has always been, you go on there and you give 100%, and you might win and you might lose, and then you've got no pressure on yourself.
Yep. So it's tightening up here in the second. Szocs has got the first. And that went off the tape and away. Oh, lovely. Yeah, well, at last, Yang Ha-yun will say, I managed to combat that into the corner shot. That's a beauty return. 8, 9, 9, 8. There's the one again. Wow, that makes a big difference. She apologizes, lifting her hand there, but she's been so successful. Not right into the corner, but this time down the line. And that can make all the difference. There's a little bit of luck, and she accepts it, apologizes, but 8-10. Big problem here for Young and for Mays. Oh, that's it, 11-8. Again, a little bit of luck, but surely Young could have made a better fist of returning that one.
Yeah, she could have done. I mean, they were lucky. The last 2 points, an edge and a net, as you say, they all count, but I think she could have picked that up a little bit earlier than she actually did. But great play by Szocs.
I have to say, we were talking about their relationship. And it's obviously, I mean, Jürgen Pearson has been there, done it at the highest level, but is so easygoing with his manner and his style around off the table. It's fascinating to see him then. Once he makes a point, he makes it very strongly. He's not just shouting and screaming. But I think Bernadette Szocs is actually responding so well to that style. She is giving us some really, really fascinating skills here at the table. There's another miss. And Yang Ha-yun now has got to really see her fighting spirit coming through. She won 3-2 last time they met. Beautiful. What an extra pace on that. Fabulous work from Bernadette.
Yeah, and a different pace of the ball. She punched it with the backhand. She put a slower one in, with the forehand. Great change of pace.
I tell you, this is proving to be a fabulous hunting ground for Bernadette Szocs. She's missed that one, but no one expected her to perform this well, challenging some of the top players in the world this way. Done it again, absolutely sensational. And it is almost repetitive the way that she's being successful with that shot.
Yeah, good angle she got on the table there.
There you go. She's not only putting pressure on at great speed, but she's now causing Yang Ha-yun no end of problems. It's the Pearson Teddy. I wonder who bought that.
I think it was Bernadette Szocs.
You betcha. She is really, really on form. Look at this. 6-1, and in fact, with the clock at 12.5 minutes to go, this is a fantastic statement. And another one for 7-1. 1-7.
Put a slow ball in there, just change the pace. Whereas before they were playing very fast, but a slow one in can, win you the point.
You can tell she doesn't want to lose any points. Okay, that one went out of play. She's so keen. Make everything count. Again, gee, there's a lot of top spin on that. It's more than a flick, isn't it?
Oh yes, there's a lot of spin on that. You can see how they use the wrist very quickly to impart the spin.
Side spin as well, look at that. She leant on it just a little bit more with the backhand, gave it more pace out wide with the spin. Just look at this. This is a very, very good demonstration of how to play an opponent that you've just lost to. Wow, that's something special. 2-10. Game points, loads of them for Bernadette Szocs. Misses that one and jumps up and down with a little bit of annoyance, but she's still got 7 in the bank. And now 6 in the bank, but she's got the service.
She'll be looking to serve and follow up.
Okay, 3 in a row for Jung. Yep, concentration, composure. Oh, yeah, well played. Credit where it's due. This is a great fight back, 6-10. She won a fantastic number of shots there, but then throws it away with a really nothing kind of shot from the middle of the court. Bernadette comes over as if she's disappointed to win the game, but I think she's disappointed with the number of rallies she lost in that game.
Yes, I think she, you know, she was quite a few points up, 7 points up. And then maybe she thought, oh, well, this one's in the bag, and relaxed a little bit, but fair play to Jung. She played well, but that last flick, she didn't quite step in enough to execute. And made that error.
6-8 and 6 at the moment. 3-love to Bernadette Szocs. And Team Pearson are absolutely flying at the moment. Just look at this. I think they're 10-4 up in the match, this particular match, which means they've got 24 games at the moment. 23 games, sorry, 223 games, 24 games. Really, really good. Isn't it funny how on one day you can come out and be superb and brilliant and just let it go, let it just drift a little bit the next. How much do you think it's due to Bernadette's positive play and accuracy, and how much is it Jung's disappointing play?
I think Szocs has played very positive here, a great tactical game, and it hasn't allowed Jung to get in with hers.
That's how we see it, isn't it? It really is very. I want it from the expert's perspective, but from my looking at it, I think she's just got so much accuracy, and that shot into the backhand corner is coming at such pace against Jung, and it's she hasn't been able to cope with it. Bernadette serving at 3-2. Missed that one, had to change. Went from the backhand to the forehand, and she wasn't quick enough. Yeah, there you go.
And Szocs making sure she can think about things, make sure she has a towel down. And this occurs after every 6 points played.
Again, there's not much in that, but into the body. Jorgen likes it. Remember the Ove Waldner era, Antonio Jorgen and his compatriots from Sweden during that time. Absolutely sensational. Challenged the Chinese at the highest level. It was brilliant.
Yeah, they had a wealth of players, Appelgren, Lind.
That's right. Yeah, and they all get together, you know. On occasions, I've seen some films of them gathering together, the old men, the when we brigade, when we did this and when we did that. But it's great. Right, well, this is interesting. Jung has come back to 4-6. Mays is not looking happy. Karlsson versus Shibaev coming up. Soweto versus Feng Tianwei. For all you Singapore fans, Feng Tianwei is at the table in a while. Ju Se-hyuk and Timo Boll to finish off.
Oh, that was a fantastic volley there. Fast and furious. Placement on the diagonal, middle, down the line.
4-7.
Everything table tennis fans want to see.
Please go faster. 4-7.
You would not expect this kind of situation. Bernadette Szocs, although she is, obviously she's gained in confidence, she really likes this whole scenario, this format of the game. You wouldn't have expected her to be this dominant. To fall love? No way, it wouldn't have happened. In forecast, you would have said, it'll be the best of 5. Still not done, of course, yet, but she is playing so well, deservedly in the lead. 8-5. And there's another one. That return was not clever from Jung.
No, she seems to be having trouble with that tomahawk serve, but I thought she would have been played against it quite a bit. She would have countered it.
That's extraordinary. I mean, it was a long serve. It went deep into the table. But Szocs was absolutely on it, like a flash. 5-10, game point for 4-love. No, okay, went for it. Like swatting a fly there with that one. I don't care, 10-6. It was 6, 8 and 6 so far, so maybe she can finish it right here. Not quite. We'll have a replay. Replay. Ooh, off the edge of the table for 7. 10-7. She'll want to catch Pearson's eye in a moment, I'm sure. And she's got it, 11-7. 4-love, and I tell you, that is dramatically good.
Yeah, excellent play by Szocs there. You know, playing both backhand and forehand, you know, that was wonderful.
Sometimes move to middle forehand.
But I think you'll agree with me that she deserves that situation. She has been dominant in most of the exchanges, forcing the errors from Jung. Bernadette, right on it. Team Pearson laughing at the moment. 4-love.
A lot of spin on that backhand by Yang. It's a bit slower to what she's played earlier. Maybe she's got to be thinking about changing the pace when she plays her strokes.
Well,
Long serve, you know, she did that in the previous game and
got hammered. But this occasion she wins it. Well done. That is, I mean, that is really, really very impressive. Both flanks, good rhythm, pressure on. She's not just getting the ball back, she's giving it back with interest. That's the interesting thing.
yeah, she's playing very positive table tennis.
A let has been called. A let has been called. 2-all. Yeah. Oh, ho, ho. Wow. Big surprise, but it just shows she does have those skills in her bag.
Yeah, I think she made the judgment to go round and play a forehand from a backhand side, but it wasn't quite strong enough.
Just have a look at the clock counting down at 2:11. This is an important one. We may not even get to the end of this one. After 24 minutes of play, we will stop. Nose in front is very important at this stage. Again goes for broke, and Yang salvages again. That point, it's 5-3, 3-5, 5-3 rather.
5-3.
124.
That slow spinny one again by Yang.
Just over a minute to go. And okay, that's 7-3. Well, suddenly, but too late, Young has come into her own. She's managed to force a few errors out of Bernadette. And there you go, 3-8 at 48 seconds. She might even get the game in. And then they get a killer. Right, 9-3. Suddenly, Yaun has found a way. 10-3. Surely this wasn't planned, was it? Oh, there you go. 11-3. There you go. Now we've got the kill zone. Isn't that interesting? Now, now this is very interesting because Bernadette Szocs may well have tried to give that game away in order to build in another kill zone to get the chance to pick up another game. Really, really interesting. So, the kill zone game, I'll leave it to you because I know it's the best of 3, isn't it? 5.
5, best of 5. So whoever, they just play 5 points.
I've never seen one of these except on television.
No, it's interesting. It's really good.
Okay, here we go. Kill zone, best of 5. And that's a great start because not many points required. 1 love. The clock has stopped. It's off the agenda now, so here we go. Oh, lovely forehand. Great work. It didn't work out last time for Szocs. This time it does. Love 2.
Yeah, she wins both her points on service. Let's see what Yang can do now.
Yeah, good fight here. I tell you what, Yaun has got a lot of supporters here in the crowd. It's Europe versus Asia. It's Pearson versus Mays. And Pearson is obviously going to win this particular match, but this is a vital potential point for Mays and for Young. 2-all, this is the final point. Or is it the first to 5? First to 5, thank you. I told you I hadn't seen it before. Okay, first to reach 5, not the best of. Okay, 2-3. Oh, 2-4, now it is game point. Killer zone game point for Young. Well, she's done well if she picks up another point here, another game here. Actually, Pearson will be a little bit disappointed with the outcome, but let's have a look. It's killer zone point right here. That's it, 5-2. And wow, what a comeback, what a retrieval there by Young Yaun. She certainly retrieved a little bit of pride, and it brings Mays back up the leaderboard a little bit there. That's great. It was a good match though, wasn't it?
It was an excellent match. I thought it was a bit one-way traffic, but when you see the score at 3-2, it doesn't ring that way. But all credit to Yang. She came back in that 4th game, changed her tactics, and won that game and the kill zone. So these are the highlights. As you can see, Bernadette Szocs playing some great shots, backhand and forehand, and very animated face as always. Shaking her head there, but oh, got some beautiful rallies there. Some great angles, placement, good serve and follow up. Look at that rally there. That's absolutely superb. Great table tennis. And we see that tomahawk serve and that 3rd ball. And we see the statistics here. Szocs 57 to 51%.
Bernadette Szocs beating young Hayun, further widening the gap for her team person. I know you're disappointed, you know. I know you were trying to win as many games as possible. Towards the end, what happened for you?
Until 4-0, I play unbelievable good. And I believe that I can play really good because all this season I was in good shape. But after 4-0, she started play also a little bit better. And that's why I lose. But also the first 4 games, I had 2 games where I was a little bit also lucky.
4 games for yourself and 4 games for your team. That is good. You know, I know you're your biggest critique, you know, every time if you lose even a game, not the match, you get disappointed. But for you personally, your aim is to get into the top 4. So how is it going?
I am really happy that I go back in top 4 because the first 4 rounds I was in top 4. Last round I go out because I was unlucky. But now I'm really happy to come back in top 4, and I'm more happy for make points for my team first time, and then I think to my single.
Absolutely. Bernadette Szocs, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, 2 European players go head to head. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We're moving into the 4th match of this fixture. It is 2 European players going head-to-head. We've got Matthias Karlsson from Sweden versus Alexander Shibaev from Russia. Let's allow Alexander to pick the color. Red for Alexander. Red indeed. So Alexander Shibaev to serve.
Well, we're back to the big men again. And Matthias Karlsson versus Alexander Igorevich Shibaev. Tell you, the Russian will be certainly looking for a big display here, because the representative for Mays is Shibaev, and they are struggling a little bit at the moment. So definitely, with the situation at 225 in favor of Persson to 219 to Mays, this needs to be a big performance by Shibaev. Jill, you've got some interesting notes about Karlsson and his the racket he uses. He's got the pimples thing. Tell us about it.
Yes, he's got short pimples on his forehand side, which is the black, And the red side, he's got reverse, which is unusual because you don't see many men players playing with short pimples on their backhand now, on their forehands. But that gives a change of pace with the ball. I mean, he hits it flatter with the pimples, and then he spins it with the backhand. But you'll also see he will twiddle the back round in his hand on service, and he will play service with the reverse.
We saw the world rankings there. 23 for Shibaev. And they're pretty well matched, it has to be said. Matthias teamed up often with Christian Karlsson, no relation, I don't think. Here we go, Shibaev, first point, makes the first one.
Good backhand there by Shibaev. The Russian players from the past and present have always had good backhands. It's interesting, these two players played each other in round 3, and Shibaev won 3-2.
Yeah, he's certainly got a lot of experience. I think he also played in Orenburg, the Fackel Gazprom team. When I was there, I saw his name, I saw his picture, and he certainly is a well thought of Russian player. Of course, it's special invitation. This whole T2 tournament is a special invitation, so he must have had a good pedigree. They're not here without that kind of standard of play. 2-all.
Let's 2-all.
Shibaev played on the ITTF World Tour for the first time 6 years ago at the Polish Open. So he's had a lot of years and experience now on the scene, getting towards the most accomplished, the zenith of his career, you might say.
Yes, and he was runner-up in the European Top 12 tournament, so that's when you think you've got Otcharov and Boll playing in it, that's a good feat.
Indeed it is. 3-4. He got really out of position there. It was a short service, off balance. You can't afford to do that in this game. You've got to be in perfect balance all the time. Yeah, that knee bend, I mean, some people exaggerate it more, but I have to say, it's so important. It's in such a strong, strong base. Just watch those knees. They really have, look, there you go. Have to work so hard.
And they're both very tall players.
Yeah.
5-all.
Well matched, as you can see from the score. You said he swivels the bat occasionally, but I saw on that occasion they both those forehands there with the same side from the service. Have a look again. Pimples on the black side.
Yeah, he's turned it round. It's got to be a quick movement from service, and I'm sure sometimes if the ball comes back quickly, he hasn't turned it round, but he does tend to play with his service from the reverse side, the red one.
Yeah, really very, very good service. Little poke forward, the dink by Karlsson's no good, and it's getting now to the business end of this game. 8-5. And another one, exactly the same. How can you get caught twice still?
Yeah, it's a lot of heavy backspin, and I think sometimes they try and deceive their opponent. Deception. But Karlsson made 2 errors there.
And now 3 compounded with that attempt. Top spin loop. And he just missed totally. That's incredible. Well, look at the side movement on that. Huge side from Shibaev. He's got game point here, but held up for a moment. 10-6, he's got the service though, right here now. So Team Mays will be keeping fingers firmly crossed at the moment that Shibaev can continue this good form. Oh,
That's a good forehand smash there. Came through with the short pimples.
It wasn't that rally there, was it? 10-7, game point. Oi! Here we go. We love it. Oh, what a shot. Great work, well played. Well done, and Matthias Karlsson. Gee whiz, I mean, that was a fabulous reply by Shibaev, wasn't it? My goodness. Deserved better than that. Oh, up, 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 up. We don't want to see those hamstrings stretch like that. Goodness. Very exciting. Dramatic moment, still 2 game points. Shibaev in the lead, but it's Karlsson with the ball. And he's done it again. 3 in a row. Yeah, well, it's called, it's not Mays who's calling it. It's Shibaev himself.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's, pulled something in his leg.
It certainly didn't look good, did it? I think it was the right leg.
Win-win, doesn't matter.
The right hamstring was certainly stretched a bit there, but it looks like he's pretty relaxed about it. He's more hurt by the fact that he's lost 3 game points.
Yeah, I think that's why he's called the timeout as well. He was up by quite a few points, and I think he just wants to have a little break just to discuss things with the coach.
If you've only just joined us at this T2 Asia Pacific tournament, I have to say, you've been a bit late in joining us, but let's say that you're forgiven and just enjoy this fantastic spectacle of great, great table tennis. Karlsson has been down by 11-9 now. Shibaev took the break and made a big difference with that one. Yeah, great work into the middle of the table, too fast with that forehand. And really, really very good. Shibaev, he's impressed me.
Yes, he is. I mean, he took that time out with Mays and it paid off. And Karlsson then did a long serve and Shibaev stepped in. So let's see what happens now.
He saw 11-7 on the previous graphic. Pearson over Mays at the moment in this particular match, but it's all coming down to the order in which they will finish. Pearson, Mays, Rossi, Team JJ in that order at the moment. Pearson's still at the top of the league table. It's only the top 2 that go through to the final. He's got a lot of really cracking shots as Shibaev is a lot of variety. I tell you what, Joe, when I was in Orenburg, I was so impressed with their youth development program. They have such small kids coming. They have about 100 coaches, so you imagine how many kids they've got coming in on a regular basis into their facility. It is amazing. So many tables and so much action. Very impressive.
Well, that's what you need to produce good players. Facilities, coaches.
Well, Orenburg and Victor, who's in charge of that, have done a fabulous job. I know there is a relationship with the T2 competition as well, with those the players who play for Orenburg. Very impressive. Shibaev is blasting off at the moment. I tell you what, at 5-love, he's in great shape. Matthias struggling just a little. Le 5.
He's got off the mark in this game, but he knows he's got to step up and try and get in with his attacking strokes.
Well, we're in Malaysia, the bottom half of Malaysia, the sort of southwest corner, if you like, the Iskandar project. Although it looks as if they're out in the heat of the equator, I can tell you something. It's very cold inside the T2 cabin, so when they are sweating like this, it means that they're working so hard during each rally. There's a lot of effort here. They can take every sort of combination of 6 points. That'll take the towel. It's only a brief stop, but it's certainly much appreciated by the players here. They are working very hard. Karlsson fighting back here. 3-5 with the service. What kind of service are we going to get here? Little luck.
There's not a lot you can do with that. That just dribbled over the net.
Oh, we had one chance, he couldn't take it. Second chance. Shibaev is taking advantage of this situation at 7-3, 14 minutes, well, a little bit under 15 to go.
That's 7-3.
Yeah, I think it did get the edge.
7-4.
I think we've got drums in the audience.
We certainly
now.
have. The jungle drums of Malaysia. Okay, Shibaev at 8-4-4-8 now. Woke up this morning, Jill, decided to go to the gym. And I tell you what, the gym at the hotel is overlooking this spectacular river and jungles of Singapore on the side. So we're that close to Singapore, just across the causeway. It's really fabulous. Really enjoyed it. But the sun was a bit hot in the gym, I can tell you.
Well, I was getting some sleep.
Okay. Long journey from London, I know. Or actually from you, Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, near Manchester.
But we're very lucky to be here and witnessing some fabulous table tennis. It's more than exhibition, let me tell you. It's really, really intense. It's exciting. And there's a lot of great big moments for these players. Opportunities not only just to be on television in the spotlight, but also to improve their sport, playing a lot of different teams, a lot of different individuals throughout a great competition. It's 10-5, it's for the second game. This Shibaev has played deservedly well enough to get this second game. Let's see whether he will. He does make it, 11-5, and up with that left arm of triumph. And Mays will be delighted with this. He is playing beautifully at the moment, putting pressure on Karlsson, who cannot find a way.
No, he's playing very well, Shibaev. He's coming in with great backhands and forehands. He's playing very positive. And I think Karlsson perhaps needs to step up a gear and try and get in a little bit more with his attacking shots.
Every ball counts now. But it's very good here.
But listen to Mays talking there to Shibaev saying, oh, you're very good, you know, mentally. And then he's telling him to change whenever possible.
There's only two small things. Come on.
So he's obviously pleased with his player.
Definitely. Well, they can speak Swedish to each other. The other team, Mattias Karlsson, of course, with Jorgen Persson. Here we go, third game. Shibaev has done well. First blood and point, though, to Karlsson. Stuck in well. It's a question of keeping that ball on the table.
Yeah, it is interesting that Karlsson is ranked higher in the world than Shibaev, but there's a wealth of players all around that same ranking, 20 to 30 positions. They can beat each other, so it's always, you know, you never know. You can't always go by ranking.
The intensity of expression and body language is certainly telling us that this is for real. There's no exhibition about this. This is meant. There you go. Shibaev again at 3-1, beginning to take control of this third game. So this is a really big moment. And certainly, those of you who haven't seen much of Shibaev will be really impressed.
That's a good angle there by Karlsson. See, just a push receive.
Yeah, I think it took the paint on the line as well. That was not easy. Backhand service didn't work. Yeah, no wonder he's a little bit unhappy about that. Karlsson, a little gift pre-Christmas. 11 minutes to go. 2 loving games to Shibaev. 3-all in the third. It's at these moments where you realize every game really does count. Even if he loses the match, to actually pick up a game could be really important to Pearson. Karlsson is really very upset with himself for all.
A bit better there, got him with his backhand. He knows he's got to put the pressure on.
Great work. Lovely. Chase to reach it, but to no avail. So 6-4. Karlsson will be back in serve again. He can dictate the starting. Okay.
Just put in a slower, spinnier ball there. Just change the pace.
That was brilliant. Really well set up from Shibaev. Back on the backhand side, and then was pouncing on the return. So he read that so well, planned it ahead.
Yes, it is. I mean, on you know, you serve and then you follow up, and then you know what serve you're going to do, what spin, so you know roughly what you can do on your third ball. That's executed well.
Another big hit there, coming back, 6-7. Shibaev is certainly not out of this one. I love the fact that they're fighting for every game. What do you reckon, Jorgen?
1 minute.
I think Karlsson called that.
No, I think Shibaev did.
Shibaev.
I think, well, she certainly put it in her right hand with the umpire, so I believe
Always focus and be positive.
the timeout has come from Shibaev.
This is every ball, every set.
I think he's already had one,
Let's just
hasn't
go
he?
like this,
Had
but
he?
you can stay here.
Yes, when he.
Oh, he caught it himself. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Well, it's a bit confusing because some umpires actually put the timeout card on the side that it's been called. On that occasion, it came on the main side, but Persson obviously is. You're right. I'm getting old for this.
It would be better though to put it on the side who calls it.
Yep. Anyway, right, we've got a really big moment in this particular matchup. Shibaev has been fighting back 2 points in a row. He's got the service as well. Oh, and now 3 in a row, 7-all. Later on, we've got Vladimir Samsonov playing for JJ team. We're struggling a bit. That's another big hit. Shibaev takes the lead here now, 4 in a row. But Vladimir always says it's the mind game. It's absolutely in the mind, in the brain. And I think Matches is showing us that. He's just a little uncomfy when the pressure is on. 8-all. This is going to be a big one. You know that's lucky in this part of the world. Fa. It's lucky. Yeah. Anybody with a number 8 is considered very lucky. They pay premium around here for floor numbers with number 8 in it, house numbers with number 8, car registration with number 8. Sure. So it's going to be lucky for somebody, and it is lucky for Shibaev at the moment. He's got the serve and the score at 9-8. Good work. Yeah. Nice. We like this. Keep control. Oh! Shibaev! 10-8. Something to really shout about, because that was exciting. How can he counter like that with a backhand play that far back from the table? Extraordinary.
No, that was brilliant. That, I thought that was going to be a winner by Karlsson, but he just stepped around and played a brilliant forehand.
They've both been warned. 8-10. It's game point though. This for a 3-love to Mays and to Shibaev. That's gone. 9-10. It's tight. Karlsson, what are you made of? Come on. He's a big lad, that's for sure. Still game point. Yes, and 10-all. Still game point. Unusual to say that at 10-all, I have to say, but that's the format. But this has been a really entertaining game. Shibaev basically controlled the first two. Karlsson has come back with a variety of defensive shots in particular. Asking for more speed here, 6 minutes to go. 10-all, game point.
They've got yellow cards and a red card, Shibaev.
Oh, that's it, Shibaev, 3-love. Well, Mays will be celebrating. That is for sure, yeah, good work. 9, 5 and 10. Matches is getting closer, but that is no consolation.
This is good, fast. Okay, you must play. But very important.
I think
Same
Karlsson will be a
now.
little bit disappointed with that, but
Come on, play.
Shibaev,
Play.
you know, he
Sorry,
fought
my
hard
fault.
there, and that long rally where he's away
play.
from the table was a fantastic winner.
More warnings? Well, yellow coming out all over the place. Took the corner. Oh no.
-1.
Oh, okay, he was given that with -1.
Red card, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same. You are serving, it's love all now. Yes, you have 2 serves. We follow the original rules.
He was given, yeah.
-1, that's why.
This is well explained by the umpire, I have to say.
All right. Love all.
Well done. Needless to say, Mr. Mays can't believe it.
Love.
Ah, that's interesting. Karlsson 1-love. Yeah, nice.
Love.
Yeah, they're very hot on time wasting, taking time in between rallies.
Yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card is a warning, and then if you do it again, they give you a red card, and then after that, they can take a point off you if it happens again.
But she actually took the point off there. I mean, in the first. That was, I only saw yellow, I didn't see red.
It's on the scoreboard.
Okay.
I mean, normally they have cards that you put up, and so you can actually see the yellow card, but they're just putting them on the board.
Local knowledge is everything, Jill Parker. Thank you for that. Hey, look at this, Karlsson, 5-0. Nice. That's really good.
Love 6.
Again, he shaped in and absolutely won control of that total rally. It was very good, very impressive.
Love
It's
6.
interesting you were saying about the mental side of the game. Shibaev was very strong in the other games, but I think it upset him at the start of this game, and 6-love down.
Well, I saw Mikael Andersson, the tournament director, basically lecturing everyone about, you know, obviously the format and how to keep very, very tight control over everything. And time was one thing that he was very keen to keep in control. So, obviously, if you abuse that little privilege, then you're in trouble.
Let's 7-1.
Uh-huh.
8-1.
Isn't that funny? Shibaev has certainly just gone a little bit awry with his mental approach. Good player though, isn't he? Oh.
You can't put the ball in the same place to Shibaev. Well, with his backhands.
He really does. It's only... well, it's not a perceptible change either. You can't see it, you can't spot it. From this distance, we've got no chance. We only see the evidence of the change when the ball lands on the opposite side of the table. It's amazing. There we go again with another slash. Very effective slash. It's 9-3. He's not going to come back from here. Jill, please don't tell me he's coming back from here.
Well, you never know. You can never write a player off. Look what happened to Timo Boll in the World Cup.
9-3. There you go for 9-4. Okay, on that occasion, without any apparent pressure, it's 10-4. Just less than 1.5 minutes now. So we will go to a killer zone game as well.
5-10.
Well, we're assuming we'll get into a game. Shibaev will have a chance again with the service to pick up another one. He's missed that one though. 11-5, and we will have a killer zone game to finish things off. But Shibaev really, really doing well. Kill zone.
Time. Kill zone game. First to 5 points.
There you go, 3-1, but Mays will be pretty happy about that. 12-9 in total at the moment in the mashups. So, now, let's not make this mistake a second time. I can tell you, it's the first to reach 5, Jill.
That's correct.
Thank you. Lovely, beautiful. I don't know why he's apologizing, because it was an absolutely fantastic shot into the corner. Look at that for a forehand. Wow. There's no need to apologize, it was brilliant. And another one for 3-love. Shibaev in great, great form at the moment. Mays will be brilliant. I will be really, really happy with this situation. He's a good player. Very solid. Missed that. 1-3. Last chance saloon here for Matthias Karlsson.
Yes, he certainly came full force in this match, isn't he, this game?
Yeah, very impressive. Okay, Shibaev, 3-1. Target is 5. Oh, you beauty! You beauty for 3-2. You wonder how that can happen, but, you know, he's there leaving the forehand side totally exposed. Nice block back from Karlsson, 3-2. Fabulous, fabulous work for 3-all. Well played, Matthias.
Yeah, now that was great there because he played that very fast and quick backhand, changed the pace.
Players, please come back.
We've got a lot of great camera work here, the boom cam, and then down by the court, 3-all. This is an important one. Important 2 points, you might say. Karlsson with the serve. Okay, he was right over that, and that flick backhand was right into the corner. It gets the team onto its feet, and now game point here. Kill zone game point. This for a 4-1 victory for Shibaev and for Mays. That's it! 5-3 in the kill zone. Mays is happy, although you wouldn't recognize that happiness, would you?
Certainly not. He doesn't look a very happy chappy at all. But 4-1 result for his team. I'm sure he should be happy inside. He's just not showing it.
Shibaev, very, very impressive. Really, really important. He was very aggressive. His body language said, I'm up for this. And the execution of some of those shots there in the rally was very, very impressive. We've got a little highlight package here for you before we have a look at the stats, but I have to say Shibaev had the majority of the points, and you can understand why, because he just had that execution excellence. Very impressive.
Yeah, no, superb backhands from Shibaev. You see this point here where he was away from the table. We thought it was going to be Karlsson who won the point, but he came in with a fantastic backhand there. A great backhand there from Shibaev. Lovely to watch.
5-3. Game against Shibaev of Team Mays. Shibaev won 4 games to 1.
And then returns 1 is Shibaev. Got 58% to 51.
Alexander Shibaev keeping this fixture alive for his team Mays. Yes, you're tired. How was that match for you?
I think this match very difficult for me and for team because we are down very far, and I think now every set, every point very important, almost double or triple. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I do my best today, I do maximum, and I win for 1. I think this is unbelievable important now for us.
Yes, 4-1 is a good result, and you started amazing. Only the 4th game. What happened there?
Yeah, I think first game a little bit go down and concentration go down, and also Matthias, I think, start play better a little bit, and okay, I lose the set. But after I come back in match, I think.
But nevertheless, that victory gives Alexander Shibaev back into the top 4. That title chase is still alive for himself and also for his team Mays. Coming up next, we've dished out with the Southeast Asian battle in the women's category. That's next. Welcome back to T2 APAC. We're moving into the penultimate match of this particular fixture. Two Southeast Asian stars alongside us. We've got Singapore's Feng versus Thailand's Suthasini Sawithabut. Both of them have emerged victorious many times in the Southeast Asian Games. Here at T2 APAC, let's find out what they have for us. Let's allow Suthasini Sawithabut to pick the color on this coin. Red for Suthasini. Red. She wants red. It is red indeed, so Suthasini Sawithabut to serve.
Wow, Feng Tianwei, Singapore, nearest to camera at the moment. And of course, there's always going to be the notorious derby battles when we have Southeast Asian players here. Suthasini Sawithabut from Thailand, 23 years old. And Feng Tianwei now 30, I can't believe it. I remember so many years ago when she came on the scene, came from China originally to base herself in Singapore, and what a sensational and she knows how important it is to her team. It's going to make a big, big difference. See whether or not she can, in fact, increase Team May's chances of staying in second position overall. It's going to be Sawithabut to serve. Jill Parker's with me. How do you see this?
Well, as you said, Feng Tianwei's ranked higher in the world. They did play each other in round 3 of T2 APAC. And Feng won 5-0 in that encounter. So we'll see what happens today.
They are, of course, playing for a place in the finals. It will be the top 4 in the individuals. We've got 3 concurrent events going on, actually. We've got the team event. Mays and Pearson at the top of that at the moment. We've also got the individual men's, individual ladies. And Feng Tianwei certainly in 4th position at the moment, hoping to get a place in the final next month. Sawithabut will be trying to upset that ambition. 3-1. She's got a very interesting history as Feng Tianwei. I'll give it to you in a bit, but she started out well enough, although I think it's leveled up at the moment, isn't it? 3-all, yeah.
3-all.
Yeah, she's stretching her down the middle, pushing her back from the table a little bit, then stretching out to the backhand flank, and that was a really, really good attack. Solid, started out well enough and finished off brilliantly. 4-3.
Yeah, very experienced players, Feng Tianwei. She won the Korean Open singles this year, so she's still playing some great table tennis.
Yeah, there's the big Singapore with China connection. Liu Guodong, of course, was the coach Singapore table tennis and spotted her. She actually went to play in the Japanese professional league. When she left China in 2005, she was spotted and invited to Singapore under the Foreign Sports Talent Scheme. And since then, she's been a heroine for Singapore, I have to say. I had a tear when she helped to win Singapore's gold medal in that World Championship team event. It was just stunning. Absolutely extraordinary against all the odds. The tear being because I spent most of my adult life in Singapore, of course, and helped to represent Singapore in another sport. 5-all, this is good. Like this is Sawithabut playing very, very well at the moment. Oh, and that's how well. You think you've got it, and then comes back with interest. Great work, well played.
And what great reaction that was. Came straight to her bat, and She didn't just put her back there, she made a winner out of it.
Good stuff.
Good placement there by Feng. Straight into the body of Sawetabat. It's always a difficult place to play the ball because the opponent has either got to turn around and play a backhand or a forehand.
6-all first game. Not much backhandish there. It was all sort of a bit slow and lethargic, but the error made by Sawetabat. Feng, a little bit of undercutting with that push. What do you call that, sir? The tomahawk?
Tomahawk.
Right. Chen Wei finding a little bit of gap now, and she's got the service as well, so that will help. Looks like she's breathing pretty well.
That's Sawetabat's mother watching on. I bet she's feeling very nervous as well. I know when I used to watch my daughter play. Yep. Stomach butterflies. But she's feeling exactly the same.
And not just any level, I must tell the viewers, because she played at the top end for England, didn't she? Was that Great Britain or for England?
For England, yes.
Manchester, 2002?
That's correct, yes. She was in the team for Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth Games coming up, of course, in Australia, Gold Coast, April next year. Lots of great table tennis to look forward with that. And I heard Feng Tianwei may well be part of that team.
Right, that's interesting because is it 2016 they would not be renewing a contract?
That's correct, yeah, that's correct. But she is allowed to play at certain events. So. 10-7, it's game points. Feng Tianwei, but a great recovery there from Sawetabat. Came to the table with aggression. Came forward, stepped forward, and they'll take a little, well, it's a multiple of 6, so they'll allow a little towel down. Not much time, but it's still 2 game points. Feng Tianwei with the serve. Oh, nice. Forcing the error into the net, Feng Tianwei with this another service for the game. And she's missed it, it's 10-all. It's still only 1 more point required, but Sawetabat will pick up the service now, and you never know, it may well be in her big interest here. Pearson must be really happy with this. Right, so it is game point this side to Sawetabat and to Pearson. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I can tell you now, you don't see much from Feng Tianwei. She's not that demonstrative, but on that occasion, she gripped her fist and celebrated for that mistake. There you go. That is very unusual for Feng Tianwei. What do you reckon?
I thought that's great to see. I mean, to be fair to Sawetabat, she's ranked 50-odd places lower, but she played very well.
But look at that stat on the left. Mays 11, Pearson 12. It's all at stake because there's only 1 game now separating these teams at the top of the leaderboard. It's going to be very interesting. We've got some great matches to come up as well, of course, with Ju Se-hyuk against Timo Boll. That will be fascinating. Timo Boll will probably be the favourite for that against the defender. But, hey, it's all going to go down the wire, to the wire, this one. Deciding on who's going to be in the finals next month. Oi, what a service.
Yeah, that was a change of pace for that serve. She put in a long one. I think Sawetabat was expecting it.
Right under her tummy, 1-all. Yeah, well, she asked for that.
Yeah, well played by Sawetabat that. She picked up that service well. And it popped up and she just stepped in with a backhand kill. Good slow spinny ball by Feng Tianwei. Just changing the pace a little bit. Sawetabat didn't quite get over the ball enough to counter the spin.
Again, she's successful with a longish serve. Comes really, look at that one, it goes long. And follows up with a beautiful forehand. Look at that side spin as well. You knew she was waiting for that third shot kill.
3-2.
Aha! Cat and mouse.
Yeah, good short touch play by these both players. Just changing things all the time, the tactics.
Good couple of serves there from Tianwei. 2-4. The wrist flick didn't quite work there. 3-4. Into the body, and you have to say, so Wedderbutt was a bit slow, not only reading it, but her feet just were not in the right position. It's difficult when you get those kind of disguised shots coming at you. 5-3. Nice. Oh.
Yeah, that was lovely play there by Feng Tianwei. You know, stepped in, played that forehand off the bounce.
Just a little gap here now, Tianwei. 6-3. Yeah, another one into the body. She's obviously fixing that as a target.
Yeah, it's good placement there. As I said earlier, it's always difficult when you get one into the body because you've got to move your feet to play either a backhand or a forehand.
Yeah, again, good defense from Feng Tianwei. Played the mix of the backhands and the forehands with a little bit more aggression every time she received. There you go, just that little bit of extra top on it. Nice. And that was a really good return. Undercut beautifully.
Yeah, she did the right tactic though to try and get in, but didn't quite get her feet round to play the forehand from the backhand side.
9-3, this has opened up significantly. Feng Tianwei is showing her dominance now.
9-4.
Yeah, good work. Again, she gets aggressive. Given half a chance, she is really, really very dynamic in her movement. Look at that, really heavy, heavy lift. Top spin drive there.
6-9.
Okay, so Wedderbutt still keeping doubt over this second game. Oh, touch the tape. Very difficult when it's coming at you and then suddenly gets diverted. 9-7. Feng Tianwei's got 2 services.
It's a short serve there that time, and then she stepped in with that third ball. See, power there.
Yeah.
So Wedderbutt not getting quite over the ball to counteract the speed and spin.
Here we go, game point here. It's 10-7. She has a really big split, big wide base for those forehands as Feng Tianwei. Have a look at it again in a minute. And she didn't need it. It's 11-7, it's 2-love. Feng Tianwei, and it's going according to plan here for Team Maze. They've leveled it up, I think, in terms of the overall games.
First ball you play to middle.
There you go, 12 all.
First ball here, and then after you can
11-10, 11-7. And Mr. Maze must be very, very much happier here now. He's got Timo Boll to come as well, so wow. They had a joke before that Pearson had no chance. Maze was saying that his his great talent that he displayed around the championships of the world was all down to luck. May's taking the mickey out of Pearson. I think this is really proving to be a fabulous matchup here. The captains getting very sweaty hands at the moment, I imagine.
Yes, it's must be very hot for them under these television lights. As they're constantly wiping their hands on the shorts to make sure that the sweat doesn't impart on the ball, which obviously will affect it. If it touches the bat, it can drop off.
That's why you see them blowing on the ball occasionally, trying to keep it dry. 1-1, third game, 10 minutes left. Oh, great stuff. Nice. It was a good reach initially there from Chun-Wei. And just look at the response here. Great angle. Another one for 3. Shibaev. He thought he'd hurt his leg. It's his shoulder that needs a little bit of ice. Shows how much he was revving things up during the match.
Well, I think they've got a flurry of physios here that are looking after the players, so hopefully things will be okay for him for his next match.
Okay, now again a little bit of good fortune there. What's the weather? I think it should be 4-3.
4-2.
4-2 maybe. Yeah, 4-2. Should be. So that the score graphic when we see it again should be 4-2. It should be 4-2 surely. I think so. It keeps coming back to 3 all. I got a feeling it's 4-2. 4-2.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
Right, well, we've got that one solved. I hope they weren't taking the time. Oh, it was cut out of that.
Yeah.
Good. Oi!
3-4.
That was great placement down the line by Feng. You can see to the middle.
Yeah, just a lovely leaning angle on the backhand. 3-4. She's still got to make up space here. I quite like that camera. Interesting one, that boom camera, gives us a wide angle. It just shows the distance back from the table, and it's much further than you'd expect, isn't it? 4 all. Okay. She won't lie down, that's for sure. Soweto Butt is really like a dog with a bone. She really is working hard for this. 5-4.
She's playing it tactically well. I was listening to Mays during the break of the games, and he was saying, yeah, first one into the body, then wide out, and that's the tactics she's playing.
Did that take the edge?
6-5.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Very, very tight. Yep, did get the edge. It's also quick in real time. 6-5. Nice. 7-5, 5-7.
Yeah, good tactics there, short to the forehand. Next one in the middle, then wide out.
Yeah, you've got a stat here from this particular game, which is interesting.
Yeah, all the strokes beyond 3 have gone to Feng Tang-Wei, 61%, as opposed to Soweto Butt at 39%.
9-5.
There's another one. 9-5. You'd expect that with the two-game score. It's going to be 3 games very shortly, probably. Looking at this, she has dominated the exchanges. There's another one for 10-5. And considering Suethebut's fabulous start, this is a really surprising situation right now. 10-5, game points to Feng Tianwei.
Set. 10-5.
Oh,
6-10.
got a bit relaxed about that one. Trying to play it in the body, but yeah, a bit loose. 6-10. And that's it. It's 11-6. And Feng Tianwei continues with her personal progress. And of course, she is playing for a place in the finals next month, and has made a big step there. Took the first, which is a very, very important game to do, and then second and third just a fraction easier. Although she did have to make some adjustments in this third game in order to overcome Sueda, but it's been not exactly one way, but it's not been a huge threat for Feng Tianwei.
No, I think she stepped up her game a little bit in the last game. I think she now realises tactically how she's to play her.
Good exchanges, lovely rally, forcing the error from Tianwei, and it's as well to say that Team Mays are now in the lead overall in the leaderboard standings, which
Second
is...
warning for Feng. Time delay.
Oh, did you hear
One
that?
love.
Feng Tianwei has been given a time delay warning, not a yellow card yet, but will be next time.
Love.
Oh, it was a yellow card.
And a red. A red.
Really? So
yeah.
she's been... that means that there's some points at stake here then.
So I think if he calls her again, then they will deduct the point.
Okay. We've got a yellow and red on the actual scoreboard, which Jill Parker has just pointed to. Look at that, 13-12 in terms of the Mays situation. So it actually levels everything up, I believe. Because they will...
Time delay.
Another time delay. So there's a red card against her name. It's all a bit confusing here, Jill. There you go, Suethebut. I think the umpire himself is delaying things, but hey.
3, okay. Love 3.
Feng Tianwei 3. I love 3. Well, she's got the bravery and the control now to play short and still make it effective. 4-love with the serve. Feng Tianwei. 4 minutes to go. Oh yeah, easy. Half table, you don't play that to Feng Tianwei.
Sorry?
You don't play a half table like that to Feng Tianwei.
Definitely not. Anything half played will get beaten out of the stalls. So you've got to keep it tight against her.
You've got a chance here, Feng Tianwei, of getting another game in. So she's 3-love at the moment. She'll be looking to try and make it 5. Was it 5 in the first time they met?
It was when they played in round 3. It was 5-0.
Love 6. Going for it, love 7. Interesting, they don't use the same ball. I don't know whether you noticed, but that ball that was hit so deep is now taken back by one of the helpers. And ayo, that's brilliant stuff. Oi, 8-love. Great work, good footwork, beautiful execution. Great accuracy from Feng Tian. They get a new ball from the side just to keep the pace going. There you go, being thrown in. Bucket full of balls. Is she going to give her 1 point? Yes, she is. Generous. I've always thought that it was a great sport when you get, very rarely do you get a 0.
No, that's right. I don't think any player would want to see their opponent get No points on the scoreboard.
She'll go for it now, though. Nice rally. Great rally. Well played, Suthasini. 2-9.
Yeah, a great rally there, and Suthasini just killed that with the backhand.
It looks like we're going to get now a kill zone game if it's finished off soon. It's not going to be done right yet. Feng Tianwei screws her face up. Do you know what? I'm seeing more expressions in this match than I've been used to seeing from Feng Tianwei. She's normally quite placid and, you know, really doesn't show a lot of things on her sleeve. But hey, it just shows how important this match is to her and the whole competition. 10-3. Gets one more point and we'll have a kill zone. No, not yet. 4-10. 127-6. Oh, it's still there. 5-10. Ball is immediately back. Suthasini back in service. Oh, beautiful. 6-10. 10-6.
Oh, that was a lovely shot there by Suthasini. Straight down the line, coming over the ball, round the ball. Bit of side spin on there as well.
Very impressive. Still game point from Tianwei. And she's got it now, 11-6. And there is 48 seconds left for the kill zone matchup. First to reach 5 points for the kill zone, and Feng Tianwei will be hoping that she can repeat the situation from the first time they met and make it 5. And of course, Mays will be even more keen that she does that.
He will do. He will be super pleased if she can win that next game. And 5-0 is a big help to his team score.
Hitherto, Feng Tianwei has played 15 matches and come up with 40 games won. She's got a positive of wins against losses of 13. That will help her cause enormously if she can add 5 to that. 45, that takes her up above i-ching. We're in kill zone, and it is a really big start for Feng Tianwei. She's not been well, so this is a really good performance, a baffling performance. Squinting a little bit with the sweat on her eyes. And that's a miss. Suthasini normally makes those. I think Mr. Mays is very happy.
Yes, he's on his feet. Don't think he can sit down, he's that nervous.
He'll be getting a new tattoo in Serangoon Street here.
And that was great reaction there by Suthasini. I thought that was a winner by Feng Tianwei, but she stepped in and took it very early off the bounce for a winner.
Still a lot to play for here. Feng Tianwei has got the serve though. And that's 2-all.
Yeah, picked up that backhand well. Suthasini, another spin on the ball. Slower pace, just changing.
Top of the tape. Accuracy is so important, but you have a bit of pace and it hits the tape, you're in trouble.
2-3.
2-3. Suthasini will still serve. Oh, took the edge.
3-all.
Yep. I mean, I know it's a very friendly thing to do to raise your hand, but actually, in reality, you're celebrating, aren't you?
Yes, definitely.
3-all. Tight from Tianwei. 2 more serves required, perhaps. And that's a big one for 4-3. Suthasini off the tape again. Feng Tianwei in for another whitewash opportunity right here. She won 5-love last time. One more point, and she would have done it again. Second time of asking. That's a brilliant effort. Feng Tianwei.
Time delay, -1 point.
-1 point. Well, that means it's 3-all.
You're too long. You take your time too long.
Well, this is just extraordinary. Okay. Let's not get into the politics of what's going on. Feng Tianwei has got to keep her concentration. She's given a red card, -1 point. That is 3-all now. 3-all. She needs to score.
Okay. Play.
She
3-3.
needs to score.
You're taking too long to serve.
Well,
3-2.
obviously, there's nothing we can do about this, but we're going to call a timeout here.
3-3.
Well,
So they're saying the score's 3-all.
yeah, that's what they're saying, a minus point, 3-all. So it's not match point at the moment. This is a kill zone game. The clock has been wiped out. We are looking at the first to 5, and it's 3-all at the moment. But the interesting thing, the really interesting thing here is that we've got just one serve left for Feng Tianwei. One serve. She had 2 serves. She only got 1 now. So Suthasini could still have an influence.
Yeah.
Well, there is a conference here, and I know that Michael Anderson, Jeff Chu in the background there, has had a huge amount to do with setting up this. With a dramatic decision there by the umpire. Feng Tianwei has got to suck it in.
Score is 3-3. Love. Serve.
3-all has been scored, but he's still got 4-3 on the score. But hey, listen, I believe it's 3-all. We'll see. It is out of play from Feng Tianwei, and a big celebration punch there from Suthasini, which means she's got a 4-3. Still on the score. It's got 4-all on the board, but I tell you it's 3-4. I've just heard the announcement, so she's got to make up 2 points here.
Okay.
4-all on the board, but he's now changed it. Okay, 3-4. It is game point to Suthasini, and that is game to Suthasini. What a dramatic finish. Okay, called by the umpire. I guess it's in the rules, but Jill, you'll have your opinion on that as well as I.
Yes, it's a difficult one. Obviously, this is a new concept, T2, and I've never heard of minus points, but obviously I don't think the players and the coaches were fully aware of the situation, but I'm sure they have been given all the rules and perhaps don't understand it fully. But that's what happens. And if that's the rules, you play to the rules.
What has just happened is that we had a kill zone game. The team, the player was aiming for 5 points. The player with 5 points target would take the game, and it meant that Suthasini got out of jail because the umpire decided that Feng Tianwei was taking too long and docked her a point. He'd already warned her a couple of times, apparently. Feng Tianwei couldn't believe it. It was apparently the final point of the match. And yet, being docked a point, she then gave away a couple, and ultimately Suthasini picked up one, and it was 4-1 then in favour of Feng Tianwei instead of the 5-love, and we thought that could make a big difference in the overall scores for Team Pearson versus Team Mays. Controversy abounds. Let's have a quick look at the stats here. What do you think, Jill?
Well, looking at that, Feng Tianwei, she won 60% of the return balls. That was the biggest percentage.
Feng Tianwei puts Team Mays back in the lead. She was aiming for 5 games. However, the kill zone game didn't go her way. Let's get her thoughts on that. Kill zone, 你有什么想法？
那个球的判罚对我影响确实挺大的，因为3-4、4-3领先，然后自己还有一个发球，可以说是比较主动了。然后那个 Q 宗他没有时间的限制，所以我对他的判罚，我觉得有点莫名其妙啊。
So Feng Tianwei was definitely affected by the referee's decision because she was leading, and afterwards, when she came back, the game didn't go her way. So she's a little bit displeased about that particular incident. 我们再倒回去看一下，其实你的表现不好，4-1，表现真的是不错。可是开始的时候，为什么有一点不太镇定呢？
什么事？哦。第一局的时候也是领先，然后自己有一点着急吧。
Okay. So Feng Tianwei, she almost had a scare at the start of this match. However, it still went her 4-1. Feng Tianwei, ladies and gentlemen, next it is going down to the wire. The last match of this fixture that's coming up next. Welcome back. Only 1 point separates both teams, so it's going down to the wire. It's now up to these two gentlemen to determine the victor of this fixture. It's South Korea's Ju Sae-hyuk versus Timo Boll, fresh off his World Cup campaign. Let's allow Timo to pick the color on the coin. Timo takes blue, so red to Sae-hyuk. It's red, so Ju Sae-hyuk to serve.
Well, this is something that I've certainly been looking at since I saw the lineups, because Timo, while on the circuit, legendary, been a fantastic ambassador for the sport, no doubt at all about that. Fabulous left-hander, but Ju Sae-hyuk, a defender extraordinary as well, because the Koreans have had a real great shed load of great defenders, of course, over the years, and you, young Joe Parker, being a defender, will know what that means. It's a fabulous skill.
Yes, there aren't many defenders about, but it's lovely to watch, and I think table tennis fans like to see an attacker against a defender, and the caliber of a defender that Ju Sae-hyuk is, I'm sure they're going to love watching him play today.
We've only got 24 minutes to delight us, but I tell you what, look at him, ranked number 4 at the moment. I mean, obviously the Chinese players ahead, but he has been up there with the best of them. They're both age 37, which in again is another great testimony to their brilliant talent. Not only are they fit, they must love the sport so much that they're still here playing at the highest level.
No, exactly. I mean, they put hours and hours on the table, training and practicing, and you know, they're both in their 30s, 36 and 37. So they obviously still love the game, otherwise they wouldn't be playing, because it is a very
First
physical.
game, Timor.
It certainly is. Well,
First game,
Timor's
Zoo
been there,
of team,
done it.
person to serve. Love all.
And of course, representing Germany, the team have been hugely successful in the European context as well as the world. Here's the rhythm that we expected, we hoped for. The dominant forehand attacker against the extraordinary chopper.
Yeah, these two played each other in round 3, and Timo won 5-0. So obviously he reads the spin very well against the defender.
1-all.
It's not that he steps back all the time. That's where his comfort position is, but I've seen him attack brilliantly.
Oh yeah, defenders nowadays have to have a good, strong attack as well, just to break the game up. And you will see Josie Hook come in and attack with his forehand. If he gets the opportunity, though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very difficult, unless you do. Timo's seen it all, that's the thing. He's been there and done it at so many levels.
Length, 2-all.
Legendary, you know, being a legend is obviously something that's, it's a statement that's made quite often, but I think it's fair to say, as far as Timo Boll is concerned, he deserves everything on that score. He's got through the pain barriers, injuries and stuff, and he's still, you know, making great impact around the world.
Oh no, he is. He's, you know, he's won the European Championship 6 times. 11 times national champion, he's won medals at Olympics, Worlds. Obviously he just come back from playing in the World Team Cup, where he lost to Ocharov.
Well, his teammate now, of course.
That's right, yeah, and he beat Ma Long in the semis as well, so that can't be bad.
Came down to breakfast this morning. I said, "How are you?" He said, "Tired." He's had to come around a bit. May have been to the gym, warmed up a little bit, you never know. But, hey, there's an attacking shot, then a miss. But Jussiok, certainly, you'd expected him to step back, but at the moment, he's certainly fronting up at the table. He's using that net to great effect.
Yes, he definitely needs it.
What barrier?
But you saw when it did touch there how much spin was on that ball from the defensive shot.
Yeah. Such a skill, such a skill. And then frustrating for the attacker, of course. Levels up at 6-all. Pearson has a big smile there because he knows that it's so frustrating when you're on the attack to miss out. And that ball keeps coming back. And it's a good, solid serve, forcing the error. Jew's in the lead.
Interesting, lots of people who actually don't know table tennis think the defender will just go back and just get the ball back. But Jew is changing the spin when he's defending. He's putting a lot of backspin on or no spin, or just a little bit of spin. So he keeps his opponent guessing all the time. So it's not quite as easy as it looks for Boll.
There's a perfect example there, Jill, because obviously using the net with that first shot, but the second shot, look at him come to the net and absolutely brilliant, forcing drive down into the forehand corner. He's done it again. He's done it again. Ooh, tactics, strategy, surprise, hello. I thought we were going to get something special. You never know. 2 more points. And he would have really, and there you go, 10-7. And Jorgen Pearson knows how very important every single game is. It's 3 game points to Jussiok.
8-10.
Timo won't sit down, though, you can guarantee that. I don't think anybody has used quitter in any language to when they're talking about Timo Boll. He's got an unbelievable heart. But that's 11-8, and Jung, against all the odds, has picked up the first game, and it's no wonder that Bernadette is happy. She's been out and done her makeup beautifully for us, so she's now on great form. Look at this. Jung rises, Matthias up there, and Bernadette's got the biggest smile of all.
That's good team spirit for you, isn't it? That's what I like to see.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a procession, the same as the first time round, where Timo won it 5-love, but this is already a different complexion. We've got now leveled up Pearson with Mays in the full competition. What's he doing differently? What is Timo Boll doing differently? Difficult from up here to see. Three up.
No, playing very consistently. Boll reading the spin well. Perhaps he's taking his time a little bit. I don't know, but if you noticed at the beginning of the first game, Josie Hook just defended and defended, and then came in with the attack. It changed his tactics.
It's another one from distance, so 3 responses on the defender's side in a row, and 4-1 now, Timo. Keeping the pressure on. It's still heavy top. I don't think there's much side spin there, but there's obviously deception coming into the scenario.
I think Boll was changing the pace. He's playing some fast top spins and he's playing some slower ones. So Josie Hook is having to move in and out of the table, not being in the same position.
He's certainly out of his comfort zone right at the moment at 1-6, that's for sure. Timo, absolutely furious at losing the first game, has made his opponent pay.
Slow ball.
Brilliant counters. Oh! Gee whiz, what a backhand. I thought you told me you only had a forehand drive.
Well, occasionally he hits a backhand, but not very often.
Gee whiz, what
that was a beauty.
Oh, dear. Extraordinary. 6-2. Oh, this is just excellent. I love it. It's a game of chess. Chess with the ball. Well played, Timo.
And that's the place where a defender doesn't want it, right to the middle. It's difficult to, you've got to get in the right position to play a defensive shot.
Right in the sternum. Very tough. And another miss, 8-8. Oh, that's been too easy for Timo. 15 minutes left.
3-8.
Well, it was set up there, and he'll be annoyed that he missed that one. It makes life very interesting, though, when you see these different styles of play.
There's that fast one into the middle.
10-3, it is Timo Boll's game points here, loads of them. That was a bit premature. I thought he'd gone through it, but that's it, 11-3. But again, he's made his opponent pay for being so arrogant and taking that first game. It's 1-all in games with Timo Boll being squared up here, and Mr. Mays and his team getting back into the lead overall.
Timo Boll played exceptionally well there. Played very steady. I think perhaps he's suffering a little bit from a cold as well. This blowing his nose, and then tissues are being strewn around the floor. So that was excellent play by Timo Boll. Very steady, changing the pace. And he was attacking some slow ones, some fast ones. Fast one into the body as well. Let's see what Josie Hook can do now.
Mattias Karlsson adding a significant amount to the support for Josie Hook. Takes his first serve. Got a wonderful angle here, haven't we? Right over the top of him. Okay, perseverance pays off. Jürgen has a little smile there. I think there's more of a grimace though, wasn't it? Because he wanted his boy to take that point. It didn't happen.
When you see Josie Hook defend, it goes so low over the net, and that takes great skill. Low over the net and long near the white line. Anything mid-table, then Timo Boll will be able to execute in a very fast stroke.
Okay, missed that fast stroke there. 2-all. 1-all, 2-all. It is a tight match. Gee whiz, this again, there's such immense power in everything. Power of the arm, it's not just the wrist. There's a huge amount of forearm as well. Josie Hook has got the lead overall. Ah! I love this camera.
3-all.
Still work to be done.
3-all. 4-3.
4-3.
Stop clock. No flash, please. 4-3. 4-all.
5-4. Josie Hook. You just missed that one. So it's really, really getting very, very interesting here. For every point that Josie Hook takes, Timo Boll is coming back with interest. Yeah. Okay, again, it was the net call that upset that rhythm of that particular rally. Yeah, no wonder he finished it easily. Oh. Yeah. Again, it's that persistence.
5-7.
Concentration from Timo Boll is really, really good. He's forcing the errors. Makes a huge difference here. But look at that. The score is only 2 points the difference at the moment. Jung will get the service.
Service by Jung. Needed that one. Let's see what he can do with his second serve. Yes, I think Timo Boll knew he was going to try and received short, so he couldn't get in.
There's a lot of side movement on that serve. Go, Timo. It's still very tight. You might think there are a lot more errors creeping in here, but they are really testing each other to the extreme. There's another error for 8-all.
Yeah, there was 2 errors there by Boll, and I think he just missed the float ball. That's a defensive stroke that hasn't got any spin on it, or very little spin.
2 wild forehands from Ju, and it set him back. I mean, he's made them. We saw him in the first game making them brilliantly, but just look at that. It just no control.
Big power there from Timo Boll.
Big power for 10-8. We haven't seen him drop the ball at all. I mean, and obviously when you've got a player, the opponent back off the table to such an extent, I've seen him before, just dink in a little drop. But when you're in full flow, power is the resource that you're looking at. He's missed that one. Hey, there's not much time left. Come on. 9-10, 10-9. Timo Boll still with game point here, but this is for a 2-1. Gee, it's metronomic from the Korean, I have to say. Very, very impressive! Oh, you beauty! Ju Se-hyuk actually was in control of that whole rally, despite the fact he was back on his heels. But what a finish. He's tried it 3 times now, and that's the 3rd time, and the most successful time. He comes up with that drive that is absolutely brilliant. That sets the cat amongst the pigeons.
Go for receive now. Come on.
You never chewed gum when you were coaching, did you?
No, definitely not. But I was never as cool as him.
He is cool. It was Jill that pointed out that he's got the jeans without the knees in them.
Yeah, maybe he makes this. So what do you want to make? I think 4 answers, yeah. And
Quite the opposite, our Swede here.
He's also tight.
Yeah, look at him having a joke.
But okay, if you good ball,
love it.
Here,
Absolutely love it. They are like chalk and cheese.
But not the best.
The Dane and the Swede. Great camera work, isn't it? We've had fun. Our Astro friends have done a great job.
Yeah, superb camera work.
Well, there you go. 1-all, 10-all. We wanted an exciting match. We've got it. It's going to be one here. Ju serve. And he's got it! 11-10. Ju Se-hyuk has done an extraordinary job there, picking up the 1st and the 3rd game, and Timo Boll will be so disappointed. He had it in control, but Ju Se-hyuk would deny him completely.
That was wonderful table tennis. Table tennis at his best. Defender against an attacker. I mean, change his tactics all the time. Ju Se-hyuk coming in with a forehand, and he put a backhand away as well.
But what about that little moment, that little time when Pearson was having a little joke and a tap on the shoulder and relax, and on the other hand it was Timo with more intensity, and it was just fabulous. I loved it. Great tactical. Okay, Timo's on the prowl again. He's got to move here. Not too much time left in this match. Seven minutes here. 7 minutes. It could, you know, we could certainly get at least one, perhaps a killer zone game as well. But if it goes like this, you'd have thought that Ju would like to keep the rallies long. On the other hand, Timo Boll will be trying to attack, keep them short, and get into that all-important fifth one. Gee whiz, that was a slap away, wasn't it? Crikey. First point of the fourth game, Juicy Hook.
That was heavy backspin on that. He really chiseled it.
Let 4-1.
Yeah, super serve. Gee whiz, it goes all over the place. I was trying to study the corkscrew. Have you ever heard of this? Oh, maybe not. Oh, crikey. I've obviously read the wrong books. But the corkscrew service, where there is the actual plane goes in a different angle than many of the other spins. There's a whole bunch of sideways and action on the ball that takes it all over the place. I mean, that's why it's called a corkscrew.
You can have side spin, top spin, and side spin,
but
back
to be able
spin.
to do it in one movement is just extraordinary.
Yeah. Well, you can see how his movement there. You're going to reverse serve, so instead of the bat going forward, it goes backwards, side. Instead of right to left, it goes left to right.
Right.
Sometimes you can do that same movement but not make contact with it.
Oh, okay. Well, it is an art form. It's not just a physical sport. There's a lot of art, and there's a lot of kidology as well involved in this. A lot of deceit. Oh, Timo, lucky boy. We're getting the numbers down on the clock, and this is a very important passage of play right here. Looks like Timo's going to take this fourth game, but it's all about how long it will take to do that. It's still now 7-5. This is the final match of this particular series, Pearson versus Mays. So it is really, really important because they are the leaders. They're in the leader board, dominated by them at the moment. Team Roscoff, Team Rossi, and Team DJ are third and fourth at the moment. Here's a big fight back, Joe and Mr. Mays. Well, he's got his hands together in prayer, I believe. That little prayer was answered. 6-8. Wow. Just took the tape there, went a little bit sideways.
Josie Hook, he came in with his forehand, but not quite fast enough and hard enough.
9-7.
He's trying to speed up here. He wants to get more action in. 9-7. What have we got here? Oh, great play. Well done, Timo. Read that beautifully. 10-7. Get it in short time, and you could then have a real game to finish. Yeah, well done, 11-7. And we will have one more game with when the time is called at 24 minutes. That will be the result of that actual, whatever the score is at that time, will be the result of the actual match, because it's 2-all. It's now all to play for and one big point to play for at the end. Good, isn't it? I'm enjoying this.
No, it's great. A great match, as I said before, you know, defense against attack for this.
Love all.
It's great for table tennis fans to see this. Not very often you get to see an attacker playing a defender nowadays.
Right, Juicy Hook. Fifth game. They won't get to the end, I don't think. I don't believe so. Every point is so vital. A mistake there by Timo Boll. And then a mistake, and he slapped his thigh because he realized he was on the attack should have made it. 1-1. 138 and counting. Nice work. Oh, what a place that from two.
No, that was fantastic. You chopped, float, brought in and out, movement. So good, Josie Hook.
And that was a thinking man shot there, that's for sure. Back into routine now. And in modern parlance, default is great for Josie Hook. Once you get into that feel, he's actually comfortable back there. Look at that backhand chops and then the mistake for 3-1. Great work, well played.
Yeah, clever play there by Timo Boll. He started that off with a backhand, but then it was so fast and took it so early. Very difficult for a defender to get back.
Oh! Look at the clock. 30 seconds left. In fact, we're going to even get a towel down. That's interesting. We've now got the clock stopped at 29 seconds. 3-3. They will go for as long as the clock will allow them. Every point totally vital. He's got another big point in there. 4-3, Timo Boll. 22 seconds and counting here. Persson, he will be, well, he gave Josie Hook a little wink there, but inside he'll be so disappointed if he doesn't pick up another point or two. This is very important right here. And another one for 4-all. 3, 2, 1, and that's it, 4-all. Ha-ho! They're going to have now 1 point. It's going to be a 1-point shootout. Oi, Josie Hook will get the service. Listen to the crowd going crazy. The final point, the final match of the first session of round 6. Here we go! Josie Hook has won an extraordinary battle against Timo Boll. Having lost 5-love in the first series, he comes back and takes it 3-2. And that means that Persson, Team Persson, goes forward now in a winning position. Look at the well, they are resolved now to defeat, but look at that. Unbelievable. What a match, Jill Parker.
That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
He need a hug. You must hug him.
Oh, he's giving, there's our Bernadette to give him a hug.
A big hug, big hug.
Bernadette put the makeup on specially for that, but I tell you, that was fabulous. This is what the T2 is all about. The surprise can come into the factor very rarely, but on this occasion, the defender has absolutely got through against all the odds. And Timo, well, he would have tasted defeat as well as huge success over the years, but I doubt that he expected to lose here.
No, I think on paper he was due to win, but I mean, to be fair to Josie Hook, he played superb. He was defending well, changing the spin, you know, and he came in and attacked. It was wonderful table tennis.
The T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League Round 6 has certainly made its statement here. Final match of the Persson versus May's encounter. And I tell you what, there is the final point, the final moment. Timo Boll looks to the ground in disappointment. Persson celebrates, absolutely brilliant. And here are the facts coming up now. Look at that, 56/48 for Timo Boll. It made no difference because ultimately Josie Hook came through so strongly. Very, very impressive. Great work there. Josie Hook and Team Persson.
What a dramatic ending to this fixture. Josie Hook beating Timo Boll by the narrowest of margins, which means it is a tie here in this fixture. How did you do it?
Yeah, now I'm very happy because in long time I no win against Timo. Today very happy.
So we can tell that it is such a tight game, but looking at the kill zone, what made you win, you think?
Yeah, today, I don't know, more concentration and more moving because very important last match, yeah.
Absolutely. This is the last round before the grand finals, and it's a good job by Ju Se-hyuk for winning that particular battle. Thus, it is a draw here in this fixture. Thank you very much, Ju. We shall get both team managers' input on today's result. 16-all, Team Person versus Team Maze. Perhaps not the result that both of them won, but why don't we find out right now? So I would say let's get Michael Maze's side of things first, because you were leading, so perhaps you are more disappointed in this result.
Yeah, of course, I'm very disappointed. I mean, we had a bad start. They were leading actually a lot of the times, and yeah, I just feel a little bit bad for Feng. I mean, I think the referee killed the game a little bit, so it was killing our momentum a little bit. What happened there? So, but all in all, I'm quite satisfied. I mean, we were down and we came back strong, and yeah, it was a good match. But of course, yeah, I'm not satisfied.
Okay, Michael Maze, don't worry, because it's only the first opening fixture of round 6. 2 more fixtures to go. Let's get Jürgen Person's side of things first. So dramatic. What are your thoughts on that last match in particular?
Yeah, of course, we are very happy because, like Yo said himself, yeah, he normally don't win. If he win 1 set against Timo, he is very happy. And now he successfully won 3, yeah? So that was a key point. And of course, when we were leading 12-10 in sets, then Feng was coming and Timo, there were 2 good matches for them, yeah? So we were lucky to get 16-16. Like May said, we are a lucky team, yeah? Today we were lucky.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, both team managers, for your input. This is how the cookie crumbled here in this particular fixture. Team Person versus Team Maze. Hina Hayata gave Team Maze a good start, but big wins by June Mizutani and Bernadette Szocs puts Team Person in front. In response, Alexander Shibaev chased him with a 4-1 win, and then Feng Tianwei also gave Maze the lead, although a controversial referee decision made her miss out on a kill zone game, and Ju Se-hyuk brought it level on points here in this fixture. After that result, Jun Mizutani moves up to 3rd spot. Vladimir Samsonov drops to 4th. Alexander Shibaev unchanged at number 5 spot. This is the bottom 6 now. Ju Se-hyuk at number 8 after that 3-2 narrow victory against Timo Boll. Paul Dringhall drops to 9th. Women's leaderboard, it is unchanged on top. In the top 2, but Feng Tianwei moves up to 3rd after that victory. And as for Bernadette Szocs, she's now back at the top 4. Bottom 6 now, Georgina Pota, Yang Ha-yun, Elizabeth Samora makes 7th, 8th, 9th. As for Suthasini Sawitabut, she is now on 10th position. So, after this fixture, 16-all, it means it's unchanged on the team leaderboard. Team Person still on top, Team Maze 2nd, and as you can see, Game 1, only 1 point different, ladies and gentlemen. So Team Rossi and Team JJ will be coming up next to hopefully try their best to overcome Team Person and also Team Maze. What a dramatic start here to round 6. It's not over. Later, we have Team JJ going up against Team Rossi. That will be happening at 7 p.m. local time. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us here at T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League. My name is Jun Young, and I'll see you then.